I like to have somebody like Impact on my team because I know that they got my back. They're gonna keep me posted. I don't gotta worry about that. I know with Impact, like just in the time we've had this relationship, it's always like, how do we take care of the people more than anything? Because the people make us go. Right? They do well, we do well, everybody wins. Smiles on everybody's face.
How'd they do it? The cheese. It's perfectly crispy along the entire edge.
We could never make a pizza like that.
That's because this isn't pizza. It's Jets, with the thickest, crispiest, cheesy-to-the-edge crust on the planet. Jets. Better because it has to be.
It's all right.
Bone and joint pain? Consider this. Midwest Orthopedics at Rush is among the best in the nation, #1 in Illinois, and will help you get the outcome you deserve. Don't just hope for the best. Come to Midwest Orthopedics at Rush and expect it.
No subscriptions, no fees, just good old-fashioned baseball. Chicago Dogs baseball. Can't be at the game? Stream select games on any device at WGNTV.com or on the free WGN Plus app on your smart TV.
We are LRS and a part of your local community. Whether you need a portable restroom for your community event or work site, help clearing out that bigger item that's cluttering your life, or assistance with recycling in your neighborhood, we're there for you because your community is our community. Let's build a better, brighter future together. And it starts here.
Make your night a grand slam at Rivers Casino. Win big at the hottest slots and table games. Indulge in an unforgettable meal or witness a Grammy award-winning performer light up the event center. Step up to the plate at Rivers Casino. Let's play. See riverscasino.com for details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
No subscriptions, no fees, just good old-fashioned baseball. Chicago Dogs baseball. Can't be at the game? Stream select games on any device at WGNTV.com or on the free WGN Plus app on your smart TV.
Don't just like somebody on the app. Like them in real life. She likes you. Look. Seems like you like her. Just go up to her. Say hello. Hello.
Hello.
Legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time.
I like to have somebody like Impact on my team because I know that they got my back. They're gonna keep me posted. I don't gotta worry about that. I know with Impact, like just in the time we've had this relationship, it's always like, how do we take care of the people more than anything? Because the people make us go. Right? They do well, we do well, everybody smiles on everybody's face.
To the tang of lemon, to flavor heaven, to giving routine a break, to no more stressing, to dang, that's refreshing, to the memories that we'll make, to days spent in the sun and being out here with everyone. Grab a Liney's. Here's to the lake.
I like to have somebody like Impact on my team because I know that they got my back. They're gonna keep me posted. I don't gotta worry about that. I know with Impact, like just in the time we've had this relationship, it's always like, how do we take care of the people more than anything? Because the people make us go. Right? They do well, we do well, everybody wins. Smiles on everybody's face.
How'd they do it? The cheese. It's perfectly crispy along the entire edge.
We could never make a pizza like that.
That's because this isn't pizza. It's Jets, with the thickest, crispiest, cheesy-to-the-edge crust on the planet. Jets, better because it has to be.
It's all right.
Bone and joint pain? Consider this. Midwest Orthopedics at Rush is among the best in the nation, #1 in Illinois, and will help you get the outcome you deserve. Don't just hope for the best. Come to Midwest Orthopedics at Rush and expect it.
No subscriptions, no fees, just good old-fashioned baseball. Chicago Dogs baseball. Can't be at the game? Stream select games on any device at WGNTV.com or on the free WGN Plus app on your smart TV.
We are LRS and a part of your local.
Welcome to Chicago Dogs Baseball on AABaseball.tv. My broadcast partner today is Jackson Magid. My name's Aaron Shellen, and it's a quick 3-game homestand for the Dogs as they welcome in the Kansas City Monarchs. And Jackson, this is a Monarchs team that sits in first place in the West, and it is loaded with high draft picks, former big league talent, and a wealth of offensive firepower. And it'll be Andres Diaz whose job it is to try to keep this lineup at bay here tonight.
Diaz definitely has his work cut out for him today. So far on the season, 13 games, 13 starts, 72 2/3 innings pitched. In those 72 innings, he struck out 47, walked 12, but he has allowed a league high 22 home runs on the season.
Yeah, a lot of home runs to a team that hits a lot of home runs. This Monarchs team already has 5 players with at least 10 home runs, and that doesn't include Nick Martini, the former big leaguer who has 8 and about 80 at-bats this season, and he's on the injured list right now. Here's the lineup for Kansas City, who comes in 37-28 under manager Joe Calfapietra. It's Austin Callahan batting leadoff at second base. Zahid Valenzuela will bat second place short. Hudson Head in center field will bat third. The former Cardinal Lucan Baker will bat fourth and is the designated hitter. Saul Garza bats fifth at first. Grant Richardson is the left fielder hitting sixth. J.D. Davis, the former Met, will bat seventh and play third base. Trevor Boone bats eighth and right, and Brady Lindsley will do the catching and hit ninth against Andres Diaz. And Diaz didn't look bad, Jackson, in his last start up in Oconomowoc. Went 6 innings, gave up 4 earned runs in that one, and he was at 5-2, but gave up a 2-run homer in that 6th inning. And said to him after the game, I said, if you can come into this ballpark and you can go 6-4, you did your job.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's absolutely one of the best parks for hitting in the American Association. This one's not so bad either. So we'll see how Diaz does today against this Monarchs team. First pitch inside at 6:37 p.m. Rain is expected later on tonight. There's Stu, the longtime Dogs pitching coach. And there's a strike, 1-1 on Callahan.
Callahan, former Cincinnati Reds farmhand last season, played for the Chattanooga Lookouts, one of my favorite minor league teams.
And he'll line the 1-1 pitch into center field for a leadoff single. Monarchs come in having lost 4 straight games. I was talking to the Monarchs hitting coach and former Dogs manager, Matt Passarelli, before the game today. And Matt said, we're just not hitting right now. He said, we've got the talent, but right now we're having trouble making bat-to-ball contact, and I have got some of the numbers to back that up. But this is a very good offense that has performed really well this year. Here's a AAA guy. This is Zahid Valenzuela, the shortstop. We haven't seen Kansas City since the 2nd series of the year. We were at home for 3 games against Sioux City, and then we traveled to Kansas City to play the Monarchs for 3 at Legends Field. Kansas City took 2 out of 3 in that series against us. Valenzuela will take strike 1. 293, no home runs, and 20 knocked in for Zahid. Dogs wearing the pinks today for just the 3rd time all season. I like the pinks. I wish they wore them more.
It's the Diaz special.
It is. We've worn them 3 times. It's all been an Andres Diaz start. I kind of had a feeling he was going to go pink today.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that. I just thought he might go with the pink jerseys today. Callahan with 5 steals and 5 attempts this season. Diaz looking for a ground ball from Valenzuela here early. Holds up, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Valenzuela, a switch hitter, former Oakland Athletics, or just
the Athletics.
No
yep.
Oakland, no Sacramento, no
13th round pick of, at the time, the Oakland A's back
Correct.
in 2019. 2-1, sliced foul. Played at AAA Las Vegas last season. Most of his time in the Athletics organization, though, AA Midland, High A Lansing. And the wind is blowing into the booth.
It's insane.
It is a stiff breeze coming in. The flags aren't moving very much, but stuff's blowing all over the place in here.
Wind's definitely blowing in, I'd say, from right. I'm surprised the flag is stationary.
Might be stuck up against the flagpole.
Perhaps.
Had gusts of up to about 25 miles an hour tonight, and that's what it feels like. Might make the ball stay in the ballpark, though, which could be a good thing for Andres. You talked about those 22 home runs he's allowed. That is the Dogs' single-season record for home runs given up in a season. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Valenzuela. Andres deals. Another foul ball. Fastball, upper 80s, low 90s for Andres. Change-up and a slider as well. Heavy sinker ball guy, so if he can keep the ball down, that sinker ball should induce some ground balls. Problem is he gets that sinker up a little bit too much, and it gets hit a long way. Callahan back in safely. Yeah, home runs have been a problem for Dogs pitching this season. They've given up about 20 more than the next closest team in the American Association. In fact, the top 2 in the league are both Dogs, Diaz and Reggie Grace.
Diaz with 22 and Grace with 16, respectively.
Double play ground ball. Oh, that worked out perfectly for the Dogs as Callahan took off for second base. Ethan Wilder covered the bag. The ball hit the mound and rolled right to Ethan, who stepped on the bag and turned the 6-3 double play. There's the Dogs' defense. Derek Maben, Ethan Wilder, Cooper Weiss, Tyreek Reed on the infield. Gio is flanked by Jacob Maben and Zach Stokes, with Jax doing the catching. Chance in the lineup today as the designated hitter. So 2 outs, nobody on. Here's a ball hit to second, and Hudson Head is out on the 4-3 putout. So a couple of ground balls from Andres Diaz. That's a good sign as we go to the bottom of the first.
The best of the best under the lights.
You can tell that this isn't just your average game.
He got him.
Deep at the plate.
Did he do it? The game is over.
Let's go.
Bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Dogs lineup presented by Vienna Beef. Giovanni DiGiacomo will bat leadoff in center field. Ethan Wilder hits second place. Short chances, the DH batting third. Jax Groshans does the catching and is the cleanup hitter. Zach Stokes bats fifth out and left. Jacob Maben hits sixth in left field. Tyreek Reed had a really good series in Kane County, will bat seventh and play first. Cooper Weiss hits eighth at second. Derek Maben bats ninth, plays third. And for the Kansas City Monarchs, it'll be the right-hander Jimmy Endersby.
Jimmy Endersby, former AAA guy as recently as last season. He played with the Reno Aces in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization. This season, however, 9 games, 9 starts, 46 and a third innings pitched, and he struck out 41. And in those 46 and 1/3 innings pitched, I mentioned he struck out 41. Good strikeout numbers for Endersby, just 14 walks, so good control from Endersby, and the Dogs' batting order has their work cut out for him today.
Yeah, he's had 3 really good starts in a row, versus Cleburne, versus Kane County, at Sioux City, where he gave up 4 total earned runs in 17 and a third innings with 16 strikeouts. So he's found a rhythm here over his last 3 starts, all wins. At ERA a bit high, but those were the starts previous. Yep. He's pitched well as of late, and he'll face Gio, Ethan, and Chance in the first. 2-1 on DiGiacomo, and it's been a grind for Gio lately. Just 8 for his last 43 at the plate. That averaged down to 289. 9 home runs, 34 knocked in. He did a homer in that series against the Cougars during the week. And that's been the problem there. He's really struggled to just make contact. He's struck out 15 times in those 43 at-bats over his last 7 or 8 games.
Gio did lead the American Association in hits on the season. With this dry spell, he has fallen. He's tied for 4th now with 79 on the year. The leader is Vuletic from Sioux City with 83.
And there's another swing and a miss, and another strikeout for DiGiacomo, and that's how the bottom of the first will get started. Gio top 5 in hits, top 5 in doubles. It's still been a really good season for Gio in center field, but a struggle here lately. Now Ethan Wilder. Ethan, the Dogs' leading hitter at .324, has 4 home runs and 33 knocked in. Supposed to have kids run the bases tonight. Hopefully the rain can stay away and we can get 9 innings of baseball and some running of the bases in before the rain and the skies open up. But I don't know if that's going to happen. So we're just going to play baseball until Mike Fichter, Jeff Head, and Alex Perry say we're done playing baseball tonight.
It definitely feels like something nasty's brewing up in the sky right now.
We've had enough of that, man.
Yeah, we have.
Wilder will pop it straight back. But this feels different than some of those other storms because those other storms were all based on the humidity.
Right.
You know, it's only 73, 74 degrees at Impact Field here at first pitch today, so it's not a humid day. But the rains, they are a-coming, and it's going to rain again tomorrow, and it's supposed to be really nice on Sunday. The 0-2 to Ethan in the dirt. This Kansas City team is always in the thick of things. Always put a good team out on the field. 2024, they had some issues, but there's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks. Start the bottom of the first for Endersby. 2 outs now for Chance.
Really nice breaking ball from Endersby there. Just falls off the table and leaves Wilder, who we've mentioned is a fantastic hitter. Just leaves him swatting at that one. Just goes to show the type of stuff that Endersby has.
Now he'll face Chance. Cisco 299, 7 home runs, 24 knocked in. I did an interview today.
Who was that with?
With a young man called his name's Travis. He hosts a podcast called Travis Takes the Loop, and just a young kid trying to grow his brand. And we sat and we talked for 20 or 30 minutes before the game today. Actually, it was more than that. It was about 45 or 50. And one of the last questions he asked me is, who is the best player you've seen come through the American Association? And I had to think about it, because when I think just pure hitters, I don't know that there are many hitters that I've seen come through this league better than number 22 in pink. Chance is as good as they come offensively. And I landed, and I hate to say this given he plays for the Milkmen, but I landed on Brian Torres.
Okay.
But when it comes to just pure hitting, I don't know if there's been a better hitter than Chance.
I mean, he is the hitting coach for a reason. Former Oriole, had a decent career out there in Baltimore, and even with the injury this year, he's still 3rd on the team in home runs with 7. He's on the leaderboards for most doubles in Dogs history. I mean, he is a professional hitter.
And 4 of those home runs have come in the last week and a half. Look at a 2-2 from Endersby. It's low ball 3. Jack's on deck.
I was talking to Chance earlier today. He said he was having some trouble with the breaking ball in Kansas City, or in Kane County, excuse me. He said he just made one change. He said on his bat, he lifted his pinky, and the very next at-bat, with the pinky raised, he hit a home run.
Lifting his pinky. Interesting.
It's interesting, those minute details, especially when you're a guy with as much experience as Cisco does. Those minute details can make all of the difference.
The 3-2. Fouled off. Dogs had a third baseman the last 2 years named Dusty Stroop. And back in 2024, Dusty was hitting about $180 at the end of June. He was fielding his position well, but he was really struggling at the plate. And the 3-2 is high, ball 4, so Cisco will draw a 2-out walk. And he made a... Let's take a look at our picks to click, and then I'll finish my Dusty story here. We'll have Jax coming to the plate. There's a reason we're going to picks to click now, because one of our guys went with that guy right there, number 11 in pink. I went Ethan. Joe went with Jax. Jackie went with the next hitter, Zach Stokes, and the crew went Gio. So I got to update the standings after yesterday's game. I forgot to do it today. At any rate, Dusty was hitting about $180 at the end of June. He was really, really struggling. Came over from the Pioneer League, and you never really know what you're going to get with those Pioneer League bats. You're thinking, all right, well, he's got a good glove. Maybe he's never going to be able to hit at this level. He made a change in his swing, and over the last 50 games of the season was one of the best hitters in the league. And that change was literally dropping his hands about 1.5 inches.
Wow.
He said it helped him get around on the fastballs faster, and all of a sudden he was hitting tanks. So it's the tiny, tiny details that make the difference. Curveball, Jax will foul it off. That already bruised right leg. I think that's the leg that he cramped up in as well. So, yeah, he's already not moving well.
Ever since he got hit in the shin a couple weeks ago, he's been having some issues. You see he's a little uncomfortable there. And then in Lake Country as well, had some cramping issues. But I feel like it really started with him getting hit in that really tough spot on his shin that generated one of the most disgusting bruises I've ever seen in my life.
It's still there.
It is.
It is still there. So the updated standings for our picks to click, the crew and Aaron. The crew had just an absolutely amazing week. That was due in large part to Emma and Coco, who just nailed the picks almost every single day. The 0-2 to Groshans. Misses outside. So the crew and Aaron are tied for the lead with 15. Jackson's got 14 and Joe's at 13. So this has been we've all been really close. I've been impressed.
Joe seems to be staying at the bottom, though.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Jax lined it to center, and in to make the sliding catch is Hudson Head. Nice play out there by the Monarchs center fielder to take a base hit away from Sticks.
I like to have somebody like Impact on my team because I know that they got my back. They're going to keep me posted. I don't got to worry about that. I know with Impact, like just in the time we've had this relationship, it's always like, how do we take care of the people more than anything? Because the people make us go. Right? They do well, we do well, everybody wins. Smiles on everybody's face.
How'd they do it? The cheese. It's perfectly crispy along the entire edge.
We could never make a pizza like that.
That's because this isn't pizza. It's Jets. With the thickest, crispiest, cheesy-to-the-edge crust on the planet. Jets. Better because it has to be.
It's all right.
Bone and joint pain? Consider this. Midwest Orthopedics at Rush is among the best in the nation, #1 in Illinois, and will help you get the outcome you deserve. Don't just hope for the best. Come to Midwest Orthopedics at Rush and expect it.
No subscriptions, no fees, just good old-fashioned baseball. Chicago Dogs baseball. Can't be at the game? Stream select games on any device at WGNTV.com or on the free WGN Plus app on your smart TV.
Every strikeout this season means more than just an out. Thanks to Republic Bank of Chicago and their new K's for a Cause program. Every Chicago Dogs strikeout will help support a local charity. At the end of the season, Republic Bank of Chicago will make a donation based on the team's total strikeouts. Every strikeout helps make a difference this season. Yesterday, the Dogs had 7. 3 from Dom Guzman, 2 from Reggie Grace, 2 from Brendan Roberts in a 6-2 loss. Andres Diaz, not big strikeout numbers for Andres this season. Not big walk numbers. It's been the home run ball that has been his problem. And first inning was fine. Didn't give up a home run. Got a couple of ground balls. And now he's going to face somebody who is in the major leagues this year. Lucan Baker, 5 at-bats with the Arizona Diamondbacks earlier this season. Now he's a Kansas City Monarch, and he's hit 11 home runs in 27 games. This is a legit power threat that Diaz is going to have to be very, very careful with here this series. First pitch over for a strike. Baker at 310, 11 home runs, 30 knocked in those 27 games. Spent 76 games in the majors with Arizona and the St. Louis Cardinals. Joe's St. Louis Cardinals.
But nobody cares about the Cardinals.
Nobody cares about the Cardinals except for Joe. That's just a running joke Joe and I have. I don't want to insult any Cardinals fans out there. Slow roller to short. Wilder. Plenty of time to retire Baker for 1 out. Basically, anytime Joe says anything about the Cardinals, I tell him nobody cares. And anytime I say anything about the Red Sox, he tells me nobody cares. It's just, I don't mean it. I know there are probably Cardinals fans watching, and to those of you watching, go Cards, but it's just a joke.
You know who they do care about, though?
What's that?
They care about the Cubs.
Who cares about the Cubs?
Everybody.
I don't know about everybody.
Everybody around here. See, look, there's a Nico Horner jersey right down there.
Awesome. Here's Saul Garza. Garza pops it straight back. 28-year-old out of McAllen, Texas. Was in the Kansas City system for a couple of years. Spent the last few seasons down in Mexico. Having a good year with Kansas City this year. 14 home runs to go along with a .267 batting average. But like a lot of these Monarchs hitters, struggling lately, just .229 in his last 10. He struck out 11 times in his last 35 at-bats. And Diaz will get him here on the slider. Nice pitch from Diaz. Garza not able to hold up. 2 outs in the second.
That breaking ball, similar to what we saw last inning from Endersby, kind of the same pitch there, just falls right off the table. A great pitch from Andres Diaz to get first out of the inning.
Now Grant Richardson. Richardson, .229, another Monarch with more than 10 home runs. Well, I guess 10 home runs on the nose. 10 home runs, 31 knocked in. He was 4 for 9 in that 3-game series back in May. It's probably the best bat that's still with the team, as the Monarchs have moved a handful of players to affiliated ball this season. I want to say it's half a dozen.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the most in the league? Do you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's always the most in the league. The Monarchs and Joe Calfapietra, they just churn out independent ball to affiliated ball players year after year after year. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Richardson. The Dogs had 3 in a week, which was great. It was bad for that week.
Yeah.
But it's great for the guys. It's in the dirt.
That's right. Eric Lynn got signed to the Tampa Bay organization. Bryce Schaum to Milwaukee. Adam Bogosian out in Washington. So really glad to see those guys moving up in the baseball ranks.
Eric got hurt not long after signing with Tampa, so he made a couple of starts and then was shut down. This ball's lined out to left center field. Gio will have to run and play that up against the manager's office door, and it's a 2-out double for Grant Richardson.
Double from Richardson, his 8th on the season, finds the gap very nicely out in center between Jacob Maben and DiGiacomo, and stand-up double for Richardson.
Now J.D. Davis, he of the 72 career big league home runs and just under 1,900 at-bats. Baseball toddler at Impact Field. First pitch to Davis misses. JD at 260, 4 home runs, 16 knocked in 27 games. That ball, Richardson, it was 109 miles an hour off the bat.
It looked it.
Davis, big swing, comes up empty. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davis, a little bit of time with the Angels last season, but mostly known for his time in the Mets system and the Giants system at 18 home runs as recently as 2023 for San Francisco. Tight slider from Diaz. It's 1-2. His best season, though, came back in 2019 for the Mets. Hit .307 with 22 home runs, put up almost a 900 OPS for the Mets as a 26-year-old. Now 33 years old. Slider in the dirt, blocked by Groshans. 2-2. Baker, former big leaguer. J.D. Davis, former big leaguer. Nick Martini, who's on the inactive list, was in the majors.
Baseball, baby.
Baseball, yes.
I got it.
Give it to me.
Let's go.
Fist bump. Let's go. Locked in, Jackson. Love it. Dakota Hudson, who's also injured, former major leaguer with the St. Louis Cardinals. 2-2. Fastball called, strike 3, outside corner, Diaz painting the black here in the second.
The best of the best under the lights.
You can tell that this isn't just your average game.
And it's out of here. Dives and makes the catch. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Deep at the plate.
Did they do it? The game is over.
Turned up. Let's go.
Impact Field. Jackson Maggot alongside Aaron Schellen. And so far, so good, Jackson, from Andres Diaz. Looked good through 2.
Yeah, he struck out 2 in the top of the second, 1 to end the inning, had another in the first, and hasn't allowed a run, just a 1 double, but no complaints so far from Andres Diaz.
No, he's hitting his spots. Just got to hope he can keep the baseball down and use that sinker effectively when runners get on base and see if the Dogs can play with the lead. They haven't played with many leads this season, certainly haven't played with many leads as of late this year. And nothing here in the bottom of the second. It'll be Zach Stokes, Jacob Maben, and Tyreek Reed in inning number 2. I like the bucket hat. You said you
nice
got
hat.
one, right?
I
in your
did.
gift bag?
Yes.
Your intern gift bag?
A lot of goodies in the gift
You
bag.
got the opening day jersey.
We got a lot of stuff. Really
I
appreciative
didn't
of
get
that.
the opening day jersey. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you finally get to wear something different.
Right? I've been rotating polos
You
all
have,
season, but
yeah.
now there's actually a lot of opening day jerseys in the
There
crowd. that I've
always
seen.
are, yep. And pitch misses outside, 1-1 on Stokes. So you got the bucket hat. You got,
Yep.
what else you get?
There's the mini stadium.
That was a very cool
Um,
giveaway last year, yep.
The ketchup ornament.
Okay.
You got the 4th of July flag.
Yep.
The blue hat, giveaway.
Okay.
I don't know if that was this season or last, but it's a nice
Is
hat.
it the blue with the red? The trucker
No,
cap?
No, it's just a blue hat with a
Like gray? Is it gray
It
on the
might-
front?
it might
Because that was the spring training hat.
It was like, it's definitely a giveaway hat.
Okay,
I don't
all right,
remember.
okay,
It's
all
hard
right.
to describe.
Okay. Well, you have to show me.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture.
Ground ball off the glove of Endersby. Callahan will retire Stokes. That'll go in the books as a 1-4-3 put out. 1 out in the second inning. Yeah, you guys were here yesterday, right?
Yeah, we were out there in right field playing some kickball, playing some 16-inch softball. All the dog squad and myself and some of the front office staff was out there with us. It was
Love
a great
it.
time, and we had some food in the Rivers Club. It was
Nice.
awesome.
Good day.
Great day.
Good day. I love coming to Impact Field on non-game days to do stuff like that. It's fun to be here and not have to feel like rushed to, I got to get game notes out. I got to get the lineups out. I got to.
No responsibility.
Right. Just show up and have fun.
Yeah,
That's why I like coming for like the World Series watch parties and things like that, because you can just come and relax.
Exactly.
It's Jacob Maben. His average down to 286, couple of home runs, 32 knocked in. He has struggled mightily over his last 10, just 5 for his last 33 at the plate. Speaking of giveaways, mustard costume. That
Got a
was
couple of those
weeks
at home
ago,
too.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You had family here that day.
Yeah.
Your mom was wearing one.
She was dancing around the concourse in the mustard costume.
Did she dance with? Was Lori here that day? Did she dance with Lori?
That would have been
Did I
perfect.
get the hot dog and the mustard dancing together?
That was also in the goodie bag, the intern goodie bag with the hot dog, the Lori hot dog costume.
Nice. I have one of those hanging up in my office. I had it hanging up on that hook back there last year. I just forgot to bring it with me this season.
I am set for Halloween.
And we only have 15 home games left, so I'm not gonna bring it in now. The 1-2. Slider down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dogs lost 3 out of 4 in Kane County, and it was more of the same. When they pitched, they didn't hit, and when they hit, they didn't pitch. They had a pretty good pitching performance yesterday. Offense only managed 5 base hits. On Wednesday, the offense managed 8 runs and 15 hits, but gave up 12. Then they won on Tuesday. And back on Monday, they lost 3-2. So 2 games in the series, they pitched, they didn't hit, and the other one they hit and they didn't pitch. And that's just sort of the way it's been going all season for this Dogs team. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Endersby's pitch is popped to shallow right, Garza and Boone, and that'll end up in the seats. Another opportunity here for Jacob. Monarchs have won 3 American Association championships since 2019. 19, 21, and 23, and they didn't play in 20.
Yeah. So did they go back-to-back then, technically, if it was 19 and 21?
No, because Milwaukee won it in 2020. We had a season.
You said we didn't play in 2020.
No, we had a season. There were only 6 teams.
Okay.
Payoff pitch to Maben is low ball 4. Yeah, there were only 6 teams. It was Milwaukee, Chicago. Let's see if I can rattle them off here. Milwaukee, another giveaway. I have that giveaway, the Hawaiian shirt.
It's a nice one.
So you had Chicago, Milwaukee. You had Winnipeg, Fargo, Sioux Falls, and St. Paul. Those were your 6 teams. Yeah. Winnipeg played their home games in Fargo.
Okay.
So for the people who work at Newman Outdoor Field, I was actually talking to them about this when we were there a couple of weeks ago. They said it was like a normal season for us. We were there 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Because Fargo would be there for 3 days, and then Winnipeg would take it for 3 days. Then they would just rotate.
Yeah.
A pitch clock violation on Endersby, so ball 1 on Tyreek, who's hitting .299. 3 home runs, 41 knocked in. Milwaukee won the championship that season, just their 2nd year. Ball 2 to Tyreek. He had a really good series against Kane County. He's hitting .407 in his last 7 games. He's driven in 8. Had 7 of those 8 in the 4 games in Kane County. 2-0 is up and in. Reed will hold up 3-0.
Reed's best game of the series last week at Kane County. 5 for 3 on Tuesday the 28th. That was a 7-6 victory. He had a run scored, 3 RBIs. Can't ask for much more out of Tyreek Reed there.
The 3-0 is right down Broadway, 3-1. Endersby's walked 2 so far. A baseball toddler hasn't walked more than 2 since June 18th. So the control has been fine for him for the last month or so. 3-1 now to Tyreek. That's lifted to right. Then he'll drift out onto the concourse. Actually, that'll leave the ballpark. That's the wind.
Yeah.
Thought that ball was going to end up on the concourse. That was blown clear out of Impact Field out onto Pearl Street.
The wind helping balls leave the park, but
the wrong direction.
Not in the right direction.
Wrong direction. Now it's 3-2 with one out. See if Maben takes off here. He does. And it's ball 4. Oh, no, it's strike 3. Late call there by Mike Fichter. That pitch was at Tyreek's ankles. And Maben will steal second. Reed will go down on strikes. Let's take another look at this. Maybe I was just seeing things. Well, maybe a little low. I don't know. Those are my dog's colored glasses, I guess.
Yeah.
So runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Jacob. That's his 14th stolen base of the season. Let's see if Cooper can pick up Jacob with 2 outs. Slider down and away. Endersby with 3 strikeouts so far today. And battled back nicely there. Fell behind Tyreek 3-0. Dogs have made him work. He's up to 37 pitches through an inning and 2/3. Weiss hits it out to left, but Richardson, makes the shoestring catch. Wynn knocked that baseball down. Richardson able to snare it. Dogs strand a runner at second. We're through 2, no score.
We are LRS and a part of your local community. Whether you need a portable restroom for your community event or work site, help clearing out that bigger item that's cluttering your life, or assistance with recycling in your neighborhood, we're there for you because your community is our community. Let's build a better, brighter future together, and it starts here.
Make your night a grand slam at Rivers Casino. Win big at the hottest slots and table games. Indulge in an unforgettable meal or witness a Grammy award-winning performer light up the event center. Step up to the plate at Rivers Casino. Let's play. See riverscasino.com for details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
No subscriptions, no fees, just good old-fashioned baseball. Chicago Dogs baseball. Can't be at the game? Stream select games on any device at WGNTV.com or on the free WGN Plus app on your smart TV.
We are proud to partner with Champro for this year's baseball season as the official uniform partner of the Chicago Dogs. Since 1986, Champro has developed high-performing sporting goods with a mission to inspire people to be team players for life. Visit champrosports.com or follow at champrosports on Instagram to learn more. So the Dogs made Endersby work a little bit, and that last ball that was hit to the left fielder, Richardson, you could see the wind. It was just a little loopy line drive, and it almost landed at the feet of Richardson, but he was able to make the shoestring catch. And we go to the 3rd inning. Trevor Boone, Brady Lindsley, and Austin Callahan for the Kansas City Monarchs. Here is Boone. 15 home runs on the season for Trevor. Former Colorado Rocky farmhand. Hitting .249. Big time power. He's top 5 in the American Association in home runs with those 15, but does strike out a lot. Strikes out in about 1/3 of his plate appearances. He's K'd 61 times this season and 185 at bats, and he went around there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Diaz threw 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, no walks. There's the slider. We have just over, well, I'm not going to, you tell me what you think the attendance is today, Jackson. I want you to guess. Go ahead and stand up.
Because I'm trying to take
You can take it all in, the concourse and what's going on in right field. Take it in.
That definitely brings the number up, the party out in right field. I'm going to say 3,900.
Higher. And there's another slider, and Boone down on strikes. Diaz looks good. You're close, but it's higher.
4,300.
A little bit lower. 4,123. Actually, I think that might have been the changeup from Diaz, the pitch downstairs. 4,123 is the attendance here tonight, which is great considering the weather, the number of people that still showed up today to come check the team out. That ball's launched out to right center field by Lindsley. That'll get down for extra bases. Gio will play it in the alleyway, and it's another double for the Monarchs. Their third hit of the game. Back up to the top of the order now, and Austin Callahan.
Callahan grounded into, Callahan singled in his first at-bat, and then that was followed by a solo double play from Ethan Wilder. So looking to get on base once again here as Callahan is batting .290 on the year.
9 home runs for Austin. He's driven in 44 as the go-ahead run at second base with 1 out in the third. Diaz just 32 pitches so far. He's looked good to this point. There's always going to be base runners with Andres Diaz. He's always going to give up base hits. The question is, can he limit the long ball? He's not going to walk a lot of guys, so you're not going to get a lot of 3-run homers off of him via the walk. You're not going to get a lot of walk home run. But you got to be careful with the single 3-run homer, which has been a problem this season. Ball outside, 1-1. Callahan out of Fremont, Nebraska. Went to the University of Nebraska, Omaha. So the red system for 4 seasons. 1-1 misses low, 2-1. Was with Double-A Chattanooga last season. 25-year-old having a really nice first year for the Monarchs here in 2026. 11 doubles, 9 home runs. 3-1. Doesn't walk a lot, doesn't strike out a lot, just 14 walks and 21 strikeouts and 251 at-bats. So not really your typical leadoff hitter, but this Monarchs team just hits 1 through 9, so it almost doesn't matter who bats where. 3-1 is low, ball 4. First walk issued by Diaz. First base open. I don't hate it. Does set up the double play for Sahid Valenzuela, who grounded into a 6-3 double play his last time. Dogs got fortunate, I think, though, on that ball hit by Valenzuela because Callahan was off with the pitch. And because it was a lefty at the plate, the shortstop went to cover the bag, and the ball bounced right to Ethan at shortstop.
Right place, right time, and he made the double play and gave the Dogs some momentum heading into the bottom of that first inning. And Valenzuela leads all Kansas City Monarchs this year in ground ball double plays, 6 on the season so far for Valenzuela.
Well, there you go. Let's see if we can get him to ground into another one right here. In on the hands. No balls, 2 strikes. Valenzuela at 292. 15 doubles. The only team in the league that runs less than your Chicago Dogs are these Kansas City Monarchs. Valenzuela to the left and out of play.
Last 2 at-bats for Valenzuela, this one, and then in the first inning as well. He's done a great job of making Diaz work, fouling off. I don't even know how many pitches. That was a long at-bat that he had in the first inning, and now he's down 0-2, trying to fight to stay alive.
Jax will give Andres the sign, and Diaz will step off. So first disengagement for Andres. With Lindsley at second, Callahan at first, 1 away in the third. No balls, 2 strikes. Diaz comes home. Another foul ball.
You got a pretty nice mohawk down there.
I just saw that. Yeah, it's like a partial mohawk, though.
Yeah,
it doesn't go up.
to the back.
Mohawk's supposed to go all the way to the
Yeah.
back. That's just like a top mohawk.
Like, you don't see that a lot.
No, you don't
nowadays.
see the mohawk very much these days. It was more of an 80s thing.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of it back in, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
A lot of mohawks.
Bring it back.
Mohawks and mullets.
The mullets are coming back.
Are they really?
I had a mullet.
So did I.
Probably.
But I had it when it was popular. Why did you have one?
Well, they call it the modern mullet.
What is the difference?
Well, it's not as wild as the 80s mullets were.
Okay.
And they usually, for most modern mullets, they'll fade you on the side.
Okay. All right.
And so it's kind of a modern adaptation of the mullet.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Lined out to center field. Gio will have to play it on a hop, and that ball will be thrown to the middle of the diamond. So Valenzuela picks up a base hit. That'll load the bases now for Hudson Head. Yeah, I went full-blown mullet back in the late 80s.
Wow.
Yep. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I also...
Don't be.
I also wore Z Cavarici pants and rolled my pant legs.
I gotta Google that.
They were just the style back in the 80s.
Are these like the parachute pants?
No, they were jeans, but that's what they
Those?
looked like, yeah.
Those are awful.
They're jeans.
Those are terrible.
That's what the style was in the 80s. And then you had to roll the pant legs up. You folded the cuff over and rolled up the pant leg.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Jackson's laughing at me.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the pants.
At the style. Laughing at baseball, baby, and baseball toddler.
Baseball
Got a
siblings.
2-4 right there, yes. Yeah, that was the style. That was the style. Big swing from Head, and Diaz could use a strikeout here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Head and Baker, the next 2 hitters. Hudson Head, another one of those kind of pedigree type guys, former 3rd-round pick of the Padres back in 2019. Never really was able to put it all together between the Padres and the Pittsburgh organization. But another guy having a good year here in Kansas City. Leads the American Association in triples this year with 7. And the 1-2. Big strikeout from Diaz. 2 outs now. And now he's really got a test. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Luke and Baker. This feels like a really big pitch batter in this game.
Most definitely is, as you see. He gets
goes high fastball.
Yeah. Just beats
high cheese.
Head. The high cheese just beats Head. He gave him the pitch and said, do something about it, and Head was unable to. But you're right, Luke and Baker at the plate now was a big leaguer as recently as just about a month or 2 ago, and big moment here for Diaz. We've seen throughout the season at times when Diaz gives up that first home run that the second and third are to follow, and so that makes this at bat even more important, not just for the fact that the bases are loaded, but also the fact that Diaz, he's got to stay composed, and this at bat will really, in my opinion, dictate the way the rest of the outing goes for him.
Yeah, when it goes sideways in a hurry for Andres. So you're hoping that he can find a way to get around Baker here with the bases loaded. That's another good pitch. Those are 2 really good sliders from Andres Diaz. And you see Jax pointing at him saying, yep, that's exactly what I wanted and where I wanted it. Now he's got Baker in a 1-2 hole. Let's see what Jax and Diaz dial up on 1-2. Swing and a miss. Andres Diaz, back-to-back Ks of the 3-4 hitters. The Monarchs will leave them loaded here in the 3rd.
The best of the best under the lights.
You can tell that this isn't just your average game.
Did they do it? The game is over.
Turn up. Let's go.
Back here at Impact Field, big top of the third for Andres Diaz. Loads the bases with one out, strikes out Hudson Head and Luke and Baker. And in a season where not a lot has gone right for the Chicago Dogs, Jackson, things like that remind you kind of why or at least me, reminds me why I love the game.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, this has not been it's been a forgettable season for the Dogs.
It's been tough,
to say
yeah.
the least.
You can say what it is. It's been tough.
And stuff like that. I mean, that got us fired up.
Yeah, I was fired up. Let's go.
It got a bunch of Dogs fans fired up, and Diaz especially, who started the season hot, then began to struggle. Having a good outing so far, strikes out the side. I mean, that is great stuff right there.
I mean, 9-1-2 for the Dogs in the third inning. Derek Mabin, Giovanni DiGiacomo, and Ethan Wilder. And I want to welcome in those of you watching this game from the great city of Kansas City. I know Joey's been doing a great job down there in his first season with the Monarchs. And unfortunately for you, I'm a homer, and that's just how it is, and that's how it's going to be. And I won't apologize for that.
Don't apologize.
Derek at 221, 1 home run, 8 knocked in. Dogs trying to take a lead here against the first-place Monarchs. On paper, this looks like a matchup that favors Kansas City, but that's why you play the game, right?
Yep.
The 0-1 misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The guys were figuring out the draft order for their fantasy football league today down in the clubhouse. They were...
Oh, the Dogs are doing a league? Okay.
They were playing... throw the ping pong ball.
At the paddle?
No, in the cups.
Oh, pong. Cup pong.
Is that what it's called? I mean,
well, usually you call it
when I
beer
was in
pong.
college, I just drank. I didn't. There were no games associated with it. It was just that's what we did. But yeah, they had the cups all lined up, and the first person to throw the ball in the cup got to pick what spot they wanted. And Chance, I think, ended up with the first pick in the draft. As Derek Mabin pops it to right, but the wind's going to push that ball foul. So Chance, I think, ends up with the first pick.
Okay.
I think Billy ended up with, I think it's 12-team league. So Billy ended up 11th, and Jalen ended up 12th.
Huh.
They were giving Jalen a hard time because he was the first one to throw.
Yeah.
And he was the only one who didn't get a ball in the cup.
He's injured.
That's right. That's good point. Good point. He's injured.
I'm making excuses
Although
for
he
him.
did get his stitches out yesterday. I said to him today,
Yeah.
I said, every time I see you got less and less on your hand. He said, yeah, a couple weeks. Couple weeks. We should see Jalen back in the Dogs lineup, which will be great. Mabin in on the hands. Callahan, the easy play. 1 out in the third inning.
Tell you, one of my favorite things about Derek Mabin's game specifically is, I mean, he was out there. You know what I mean? As a ground ball to second base, he's going to make the play. But Derek Mabin ran as fast as he possibly could, and I absolutely love that. Especially the way that the season has gone as well. The fact that he's still continuing to hustle, it's commendable.
Yep, that's why the fans love him, you know, and hustle is a big part of it, and we see it with Gio too. We've seen him, and he's going to take time out. I didn't like that call from Mike Fichter, and I can't say I blame him. That was a pitch low that was called strike 1, and the way Gio's struggling at the plate right now, he doesn't need any help from the umpires making it worse. But we've seen Gio this season beat out ground balls, routine ground balls, just hustling up the line. The infielder takes an extra second, and Gio beats it out.
Hustle and effort win games. Doesn't matter what sport you're playing.
Giacomo quickly down here, 0-2 though. Dogs still looking for their first hits. We got 1 out in the third. Endersby has walked a couple. The 0-2. Fastball misses. Giacomo stays alive. And rain is expected tonight, sometime in the next hour to 90 minutes or so. And then tomorrow, I think most of the day, from what I've seen.
That's a shame.
And then Sunday, it's supposed to be gorgeous. That's your last day.
It is.
One of us is throwing out the first pitch on Sunday, and it won't be me.
It won't be Joe either.
Are you looking forward to it?
I'm very much.
Are you
so.
nervous?
A little bit. You know, it's been a while since I've thrown a baseball.
Gio will go down on
At
strikes
least
again.
where accuracy mattered.
Fourth strikeout for Endersby, 2 outs in the third inning. And I want to thank Eric Berger and everybody who made that happen. That was all me. I reached out to Eric and I said, Sunday is Jackson's last game. Can we have him throw out the first pitch, please? He goes, let me see what I can do. And then he told you today that it was happening.
Yeah, I appreciate you setting that up for
Yeah.
me. What Berger thought I knew.
No, I wanted to keep it a secret. I wanted you to show up on Sunday and go, you're throwing out the first pitch today.
I walked into the office today, and Berger looked at me, and he goes, hey, you ready for Sunday? And I'm like, well, I thought he was just talking about the game. And I'm like, I guess, yeah. And he goes, well, he's like, you're throwing out the first pitch. I'm like, oh, okay. It's news to me.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure that you had the opportunity to experience everything, as that ball will skip under Callahan's glove into center field. So a 2-out base hit. So you've had the opportunity to do kind of the grunt intern work, right?
Yeah.
A lot of running around. You've had the opportunity to sit here and do color commentary. You've had some opportunities to do play-by-play. You're going to get more of it today. You did pregame live with me today. You're going to do it again tomorrow. You get to throw out the first pitch on Sunday. You pulled tarp earlier this year. You've done a little bit of everything.
I did some dog. I did the dog horn on my first day at the park.
You've done post-game interviews. So you've done a little bit of everything. So I hope it's been a good summer for you.
Oh, it's been fantastic.
Good. Well, I've been thrilled to have you here, and the fact that I'm going to have to start doing more work once you're gone is not something I'm thrilled about, but, we'll make do. It's quickly 0-2 on Chance, and I think both sides right now are not thrilled with the strike zone of Mike Fichter. It's not just the Dogs. I mean, a lot of borderline pitches called strikes, especially low. Reset the pitch clock. Runner at first, 2 outs. First hit of the game for the Dogs. Down and in, 1 ball. I think it's actually 1-2, not 2-1. So even our scoreboard operator is confused by Mike Fichter's strike zone. The 1-2. Chance down on strikes. Endersby challenges him with the fastball. Each starting pitcher has got 5 Ks through 3.
Don't just like somebody on the app. Like them in real life. She likes you. Look. Seems like you like her. Just go up to her. Say hello. 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 Legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time.
I like to have somebody like Impact on my team because I know that they got my back. They're gonna keep me posted. I don't gotta worry about that. I know with Impact, like just in the time we've had this relationship, it's always like, how do we take care of the people more than anything? Because the people make us go. Right? They do well, we do well, everybody wins. Smiles on everybody's face.
To the tang of lemon, to flavor heaven, to giving routine a break, to no more stressing, to dang, that's refreshing, to the memories that we'll make, to days spent in the sun and being out here with everyone. Grab a Liney's. Here's to the lake.
Back in the 4th inning, it's time for the Champ Pro trivia question. Walt Disney opened his first animation studio in Kansas City in 1921. What was the name? Inkwell, R&W Pictures, Animated Pictures, or Laugh-O-Gram? That's a great trivia question. Is that yours?
That's Timmy.
That's Timmy's? That's a fantastic... See, but Timmy always asks me, like, the actual, like, hard trivia.
Yeah.
Like, these are supposed to be softballs to make me look smart. I've got no idea, but that's a great question. At any rate, I'm going to turn it over to Jackson Maggot here, top of the 4th. No score.
Here in the top of the fourth now, Diaz coming back out. He's pitched 3 fantastic innings so far. He's allowed just 3 hits on the day, 5 strikeouts, and he'll kick it off now with Saul Garza. Garza 266 on the year, 14 home runs, 33 knocked in. And the first pitch, cut on, chopped right back to Diaz. It'll be a 1-3 put out to start the 4th inning.
Anytime you can get a 1 pitch out, that sets you up to have a nice, quick, and efficient inning. Saw somebody walking around eating the churro sundae in between innings. I thought about getting one today, but it didn't feel like churro sundae weather.
It's not.
The wind and the clouds and everything. It needs to be like a sunny, warm day to eat a churro sundae. I think that's probably a Sunday thing. Not like a Sunday, like the day of the week Sunday thing.
Have a Sunday on Sunday.
I think so. I think I'm going to have a churro sundae on Sunday before the game.
It's perfect. Grant Richardson now doubled in his first at bat. A really nice double out there to left center field. Found the gap and landed right underneath the Republic Bank sign. Right now was down 0-1. Now even count as that one bounces away from Groshans.
Another Monarchs hitter that's been scuffling lately, just 5 for 28 in his last 10 prior to that double, but has been getting on base. He's walked 9 times in those 10 games, so still helping his team, even though the average is light. It's at 234 right now. We went to Kansas City early this year. We went last year, and it was like 105 degrees. It was just disgusting outside.
Yeah. Richardson chops that one. This one a little harder hit. Gets past Diaz. Gets past Weiss for a base hit.
Yeah, and you don't mind that. It's ground ball, right? And sometimes ground balls are gonna find the outfield. That's just what happens. But if you can continue to get that type of contact, you're going to be able to get some ground ball double plays, get out of innings without giving up some big numbers.
Here's J.D. Davis now, former big leaguer, played as recently in the big leagues as 2025, where he had 9 at-bats with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I like saying the full name.
Do you?
Yeah. Just because of how silly it is.
Well, it's already silly because Los Angeles means the Angels.
Right.
So they're the Angels.
Yes, of Anaheim.
Of Anaheim, yes.
I've been to a game at Angel Stadium. Really nice park.
I've only been to L.A. once in my life. I went there for work in a previous life, as they say, and I was able to drive past the park going to lunch with one of my coworkers, and I don't ever need to go to L.A. again. I was driving back from the hotel to get to the airport at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was bumper-to-bumper traffic.
Yep.
And I went, I don't ever need to sit in this ever again. I'm good.
405, it'll do it to you. Chopped over to Derek Mabin. The play just in time.
Wow.
Retires Davis at first. Mabin to Wilder to Reed to end the inning, and the Dogs will take it to the bottom of the 4th.
Don't just like somebody on the app. Like them in real life. She likes you. Look. Seems like you like her. Just go up to her. Say hello. 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 Legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time.
I like to have somebody like Impact on my team because I know that they got my back. They're gonna keep me posted. I don't gotta worry about that. I know with Impact, like just in the time we've had this relationship, it's always like, how do we take care of the people more than anything? Because the people make us go. Right? They do well, we do well, everybody smiles on everybody's face.
To the tang of lemon, to flavor heaven, to giving routine a break, to no more stressing, to dang, that's refreshing, to the memories that will make, to days spent in the sun and being out here with everyone. Grab a Liney's. Here's to the lake.
A lot to break down here is a slow chopping ground ball hit to third. Maben, nice play to Cooper. Cooper with the good turn and good stretch by Tyreek. And I think the Dogs, Jackson, maybe a little fortunate there that Kansas City had Richardson and Davis running. One or both of those players probably should have been safe. That play at second was close, but nice play by Derek, and then again a good turn by Cooper, and that was a 7-pitch fourth inning for Andres Diaz. And let's see if the Dogs can break through here now against Endersby. Diaz has done his job against a good offense. Now it's the offense's turn to pick up the pitching. How often this year have we talked about, the Dogs pitching staff struggling, and the offense needs to put up 8 or 9 runs to win? Well, Andres Diaz has done his job today. Now it's the offense's turn.
Well, you talked about it earlier in the game at Kane County. 2 of those games we hit but didn't pitch, and the other 2 we pitched but didn't hit. And this is an opportunity now for the hitting to back up the pitching. Only 1 hit on the day so far. It was that single from Ethan Wilder last inning, but an opportunity now for Jax Groshans, who's batting .284 on the year, 47 knocked in, 14 home runs. At one point was in the top 5 in the American Association in home runs hit. But
still is. I think he's
tied?
He's tied for 5th right now. Yeah, the power, it's weird. The power has sort of dropped off a little bit around the league here over the last couple of weeks. I mean, Sermo's at 24, Mears is at 23. And then you got Ray Patrick Ditter, Trevor Boone, both at 15, and then Saul Garza, Jax, Peter Zimmerman with 14, so tied for 4th.
And that's elite company for an elite catcher to be in, and Groshans been great. I always think back to that Cleburne series earlier in the year where he just absolutely lit up his former team, and he's got an opportunity now he's up 1-2 on Endersby. Chops this one, 2, and right in and out of the glove of Callahan, and Groshans will be safe. That'll go down as an E4.
Yeah, hopefully the Dogs can take advantage of the error made there. First error of the game for Callahan. That's his 4th error of the season. You still see Jax isn't running great up that first base line. But he's still hustling, and it's never anything that you're going to question with Jax Groshans is the effort. He has gotten beaten up this season, and he continues to just go out there and try to grind out at bats and try to help this team win. Playoffs are more than likely out of reach, right? The Dogs 12 games out with 36 left, so you're playing for pride, playing for your own numbers, because for these guys there's a bunt drop down by Stokes, and the high throw will pull Garza off first base. And I'm surprised we haven't seen Zach do more of that. He runs really, really well.
Yeah, Stokes beats that one out. The high throw helped out a little bit, but I talked about that with Derek Maben an inning ago, and we'll talk about it again with Stokes here. Hustle and effort wins you baseball games, and back-to-back at-bats, even though Jax is still banked up, he was hustling, and these are 2 guys who are on base right now due to their effort, and that's something you got to love to see.
That goes in the books as a sacrifice E2.
And another slow chopper, and no throw.
I don't know what Endersby was doing. He had a play at first. He just chose not to throw it.
Yeah,
I don't know why he didn't go to first base with it.
Endersby is confused. I was confused there, but Endersby chose to hold on to the baseball, and now we got the bases loaded for Tyreek Reed. And what a way to load the bases for the Dogs.
2 errors and a bunt.
Yeah, with an error included in the bunt. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I have no idea why Endersby didn't throw that ball. He had time. Let's see if Tyreek can pick up some base runners here. As he takes the first pitch at the knees for a strike.
Yeah, the strike zone's been low today. His last at-bat was rung up on one that was debatable, but if that's where it's going to be, then that's where it's going to be. All you can ask for is consistency.
And I mean, he's been consistent with it for both sides. He's been calling that low strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike on Tyreek.
Tyreek even count now. Okay. Bases loaded for Tyreek, batting just under 300 on the season as he'll cut that one line drive out onto Pearl Street.
Just 1 for 6 this season for Tyreek. Has 4 runs knocked in. Has struck out 3 times with the bases full. He's got a battle here down 1-2. You got to find a way to put some runs up on the board here. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Talked about it earlier, and he lines that one out to right field. It's down for a single. Groshans will score. Stokes will be held at third. Station-to-station baseball. Tyreek Reed with an RBI single to get the Dogs on the board. 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, I don't mind station-to-station baseball. Ball hit hard by Tyreek, and that pitch is right in his wheelhouse. That outside fastball, that allows him to just take that ball to right and right center field, which is where Tyreek loves to live. And he is closing in on Jax for that team lead and RBI here pretty quickly. He's up to 42 runs knocked in as we'll get a mound meeting here. This is Matt Hall, the former big leaguer. Matt Hall had one of the single greatest American Association pitching seasons that you will ever see. A couple of years ago with the Monarchs, he put up a sub-2 ERA for Kansas City as a starter. I believe it was 2022. It was a 1.10 ERA
Wow.
in 14 starts. He was unhittable in that 22 season. Knows a thing or two about pitching.
Yeah, I'd listen to that guy. If I was a pitcher, and we got Endersby here. Base is still loaded with Cooper Weiss as he'll cut on that one, drive it out to center field. The catch will be made by Head, but Stokes will have plenty of time to score. Dogs up 2-0 now, and men on the corners for Derek Mabin. They're starting to get it going. You know, we talked about it earlier this inning. The hitting has to back up Andreas' pitching, and we're seeing that so far in this inning. 2 runs here, and an opportunity to get another one here for Derek Mabin.
Yeah, productive out, right? You love a productive out. Cooper makes contact at the ball, not only deep enough to score Zach Stokes, but to move Jacob Mabin from second to third. And now the Dogs have Derek Mabin, and this is somebody that with the way he battles at the plate, they need Derek to start being productive in these opportunities. He has really, really struggled this year with runners on base, runners in scoring position. It's been a tough season for him all around offensively. He's only 6 for 52 this year with runners in scoring position. That's a 115 batting average. Huge hole on the right side for him, though.
Yeah.
Which is a little weird since that's sort of right where he hits the ball, but Endersby's fallen behind 3-0. There's the 4th of July flag you were talking about.
It's a great flag.
I got
2
mine.
of them now.
I got mine. You have 2 of those?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've got that one. I've also got the red one we gave out a couple of years ago.
Is it that one right there on our wall?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Yeah, that one that's been sitting there right to my right for 3 years. Yeah, that one.
Mabin now up 3-1.
Baseball, baby.
Nice. That's a happy baby.
Happy baby. Flowery dress that youngster is wearing.
Mabin, he's walked 16 times on the season. He fouls that one off to fill the count, and it's 3-2 now.
More walks than strikeouts. Both him and Jacob are pulling off that feat. Jacob has walked 28 times, walked 11.
And here's the 3-2. Mabin drives that right up the middle, and easy 4-3 put out from Callahan to Garza to end the bottom of the second inning. But the Dogs put 2 across, and they're got a 2-run lead now heading into the top of the 5th.
I like to have somebody like impact on my team because I know that they got my back. They're going to keep me posted. I don't got to worry about that. I know with Impact, like just in the time we've had this relationship, it's always like, how do we take care of the people more than anything? Because the people make us go. Right? They do well, we do well, everybody smiles on everybody's face.
how'd they do it? The cheese. It's perfectly crispy along the entire edge.
We could never make a pizza like that.
That's because this isn't pizza. It's Jets, with the thickest, crispiest, cheesy-to-the-edge crust on the planet. Jets, better because it has to be.
It's all right.
Bone and joint pain? Consider this. Midwest Orthopedics at Rush is among the best in the nation, #1 in Illinois, and will help you get the outcome you deserve. Don't just hope for the best. Come to Midwest Orthopedics at Rush and expect it.
No subscriptions, no fees, just good old-fashioned baseball. Chicago Dogs baseball. Can't be at the game? Stream select games on any device at WGNTV.com or on the free WGN Plus app on your smart TV.
Back here in the top of the fifth inning, we talked about it. The hitting has to back up the pitching, and they did so in the bottom of the fourth inning, driving two across. They got a 2-0 lead now, and it'll be Trevor Boone to lead off the top of the fifth.
Yeah, and I think more importantly than that, they didn't exactly hit the cover off the baseball, but what they did was they took advantage of Kansas City mistakes. Right, the Monarchs made back-to-back errors in that inning. Well, really three if you count the mental error on the bunt by Jacob Maben that Endersby just sort of ate the baseball and didn't throw it. So they were able to take advantage of the mistakes. You would have liked another run, maybe pick up that runner from third base, but Derek grounded into a double play to end the inning. But, you'll take a 2-0 lead, especially given how the pitching staff has performed. Andres Diaz has given you 4 shutouts so far. I think you're thrilled with that, and we'll see if he can continue to put up some goose eggs.
Trevor Boone now. Boone struck out in the third inning. That was his first and only at-bat so far on the evening, and breaking ball finds its way into the zone for strike one.
That was pitch 60 from Andres. 44 of them have been strikes. Slider, and that pitch has been working for him today. That slider, he's thrown it a couple of different ways. He's had that breaking slider that breaks out of the strike zone. He's also had a bit of a tighter slider that he's used a little bit today, but it's been a pitch that's worked for him so far.
And he's got Boone down 0-2 quickly now, looking to start the inning with a strikeout, and won't get it there. That one chopped foul by Boone. He'll stay alive, still 0-2.
Tried it again. Jack's set up high. You could see him hold that glove up right around letter height on Boone, but all along it was going to be a slider. So sometimes as a catcher, you think maybe that hitter is looking out of the corner of his eye to see where you're setting up. So Jack sets up high, and then Diaz comes in with the slider, but Boone able to get a piece of it, and he fouled it off himself. So Mike Fichter's giving him every opportunity to sort of recover from it.
Taking a time here. Need some more baseballs. There you go, Jacob.
I don't know if he actually needs more baseballs, but it's giving Trevor another minute or two to kind of get himself ready. The umpire will clean home plate off even if there's no dirt on it. Walk out to the pitcher's mound, get some new baseballs.
Boone made it as high as AAA in the Colorado Rockies organization, and he will swing and miss, waving at that one and throw down as that one just kind of bobbled out of Jax's hand on the transition. But 6th strikeout of the evening for Andres Diaz, who is absolutely dealing so far.
And that's just a fastball that tailed away from Boone. I don't know if that's where Jax wanted it. It looked like he was more set up inside, but tailed away from Boone. Boone offered at it, and he's struck out twice. Diaz now with 6 Ks.
That one bouncing in and out of the mitt.
I think Jax might have a hole in his glove. It's 2 in a row that he's dropped.
Yeah, it's unlike him. But he will regain position now. It's 1-0 count now to Brady Lindsley. And hard chopper back to his own dugout. Lindsley doubled and was left stranded at third in his first at-bat.
Andres' season high, for strikeouts this season is 7. He's done that twice.
And that one cut on, driven deep to right, but it will be caught by Zach Stokes. Stokes running to his right. Gio running to his left. Stokes called it, and Stokes made the catch. Great outfielding there by the pair.
And the wind sort of blew that ball back towards Zach Stokes out in right center field. Again, that wind is sort of gusting in from right, sort of center and right center field. So pushed it down. But again, more good outfield defense by the Dogs. And the Dogs' defense this year has really been the one thing has been true since the beginning of the season. They've been a consistent defensive team all season long, save for that one 6-error nightmare against Sioux Falls last month. But other than that, the Dogs have been a very good defensive team. They haven't beat themselves defensively this year, which is a good thing.
Breaking ball, cut on, driven deep to right once again. This time it's Callahan, and Gio will race over to make the catch and end the top of the 5th inning. 1-2-3 for Diaz, who continues to have a great outing.
The best of the best under the lights.
You can tell that this isn't just your average game.
And it's out of here. Dives and makes the catch. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Deep at the plate.
Did he do it? The game is over.
Turn up. Let's go.
You can watch every American Association baseball game live and free over on aabaseball.tv. All you need is an email address and a password, and that gives you access to 600 regular season and postseason games. You can sign up on any mobile device, streaming services like Roku, and you can check out, if there are two broadcasters, home and road. And unfortunately for you Kansas City folks, you're stuck with me tonight. My name's Aaron Shellen. Jackson, send in the email. He'll be with us in just a minute. But I'm going to, take you through Gio's at bat here at a minimum. DiGiacomo 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Endersby at 73 pitches through 4. He's given up 2 earned runs, just 3 hits. Has 5 strikeouts and a walk, 2 walks, but he's trailing 2-0. First pitch to Gio is a check swing. 0-1. Elsewhere around the American Association, Cleburne up 8-0, or down 8-0 to Winnipeg, bottom of the 3rd. Down in Texas, Sioux City up 1-0 on Fargo, top of the 4th. Redhawks made a couple of trades today. They sent Andy Nelson, their second baseman, to Gary, and then Jarris Richards was traded to the Kane County Cougars today. Winnipeg up 7-0 on Lincoln, bottom 2 up in Winnipeg. Lake Country up 9-2 on Gary in the bottom of the 4th. And Kane County is up 6-2 on Sioux Falls. Ice cream cone, yes sir. Love a good waffle cone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gio will take this out to left field. Richardson is in front of the track and will make the catch. So the wind giveth, or I guess the wind taketh away, and the wind taketh away, Jackson, as that ball hit right into the teeth of the wind, knocked down out in left center field for out number 1, as Kansas City had a couple of balls knocked down by the wind in that last half inning.
Yeah, last inning, The wind definitely tooketh from Lindsley and Callahan back to back. Those were caught out there in right center.
I don't know if Lindsley's ball was going to get out, but definitely Callahan's on a normal impact field late July evening.
The most definitely.
Are you back or am I still going?
I'm just titling these clips real quick.
Okay,
and
then,
then,
I'll
yeah.
take us through Ethan's at bat. That's
That'd be
fine.
great.
The 0-1. Slider down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike on Wilder. He was 1 for 2 today, a single and a strikeout. See, this is what I'm going to miss when Jackson's gone next week.
Doing all this stuff.
Yeah. Joe's going to have to do it. I can't do it while I'm calling the game. 1-1, chopper foul, 1-2. On the Dogs All-Star shortstop, Ethan Wilder. I got the double thumbs up. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
You want
Let's
to take
do it.
over in the middle of the at-bat? You want to do a pitching change in the middle of the at-bat, or do you want me to finish
Well,
Ethan?
we're having the mound visit right now. I think we're going to go ahead and make the pitching
We're going to make the
change.
pitching change. It'll be Jackson Magid to finish up Ethan's at-bat here.
Wilder here down 1-2. He struck out and singled so far in his first 2 at-bats today. That one high and in the middle for ball 2. That one right at about, I was going to say at eye level. That was above Ethan
It was above
Wilder's
Ethan's
head.
eye level, yeah. Ethan's not a very tall individual for a pro baseball player.
And breaking ball inside. Ethan thought about it for a second, held up though.
The Dogs' middle infield of Wilder and Weiss, both 5'11".
Yeah. Here's Wilder. Full count now. Here's the payoff. Right down the pipe for the strikeout. Wilder just froze by that one. And
I don't know if that was right down the pipe or if that was another low strike, but either way, you said it earlier, you got to be, like, you know what the strike zone is. You got to be, you have to adapt as a hitter. That looked like a pitch maybe a little outside and low, but that's been a strike all night long, so you got to swing at it.
got to be able to adapt. At the end of the day, it's not a robot back there. You know what I mean? It's
that's a human.
Yeah.
Human mistakes and, biases that are unconscious, and it's part of what makes baseball baseball.
Chance Cisco now, walk and a strikeout on the day for Cisco.
Did you see Joe called Chance's home run yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
He called it on 2-0.
Yep.
And then it was hit on 2-1.
Yeah, it was crazy. Mm-hmm. You see my comment on the post?
No.
I said Joe's from the future.
He must be.
Yeah.
He must be. And I said this, baseball baby. I said this last night that as broadcasters we get blamed when we talk about player streaks and they don't get a hit. We deserve to get credit when we do stuff like that.
Absolutely.
If you're going to give us the blame for snapping your hit streak, then you need to give us credit when we call a home run for you.
Yeah,
you can't just be, complaining when things go bad. That's not fair.
Chance Cisco now even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for the former big leaguer / Dogs hitting coach, Chance Cisco. That one, line drive right back up the middle for Cisco. Nice base hit there, and that'll be 2 out single for Cisco to set up Jax Groshans.
I think Chance back up to 300 with that base hit. Hit 301 for the Dogs a season ago. And he's been swinging a hot stick over the last couple of weeks. He's really been great since coming back from injury. And you think about the numbers that he would have put up had he not missed 4 or 5 weeks. His counting numbers.
Here's the All-Star MVP, Jax Groshans. Started last inning with an error E4 specifically allowed him to touch them all for the first run of the evening, and now he's got a chance to knock in a run of his own with Chance Cisco standing on first.
I wouldn't mind a 2-out rally.
That'd be great. We talked about it, off air. With the way that this season's gone, we know that 2 runs is far from enough for the Dogs to be able to walk away with a victory tonight, and so some continued run support for Andres Diaz is going to go a long way here.
2 runs usually not enough for the Chicago Dogs here in 2026. In fact, they are 1-23 on the season when they score 3 runs or less.
Not good.
No, the only game they won where they scored less than 3 runs was in game 2 of a doubleheader against Gary, so it only went 7 innings.
And a 6-3 put out from Groshans to end the bottom of the 5th inning. Diaz will return for the 6th. Dogs up 2-0.
We are LRS and a part of your local community. Whether you need a portable restroom for your community event or work site, help clearing out that bigger item that's cluttering your life, or assistance with recycling in your neighborhood, we're there for you. Because your community is our community. Let's build a better, brighter future together. And it starts here.
Make your night a grand slam at Rivers Casino. Win big at the hottest slots and table games. Indulge in an unforgettable meal or witness a Grammy award-winning performer light up the event center. Step up to the plate at Rivers Casino. Let's play. See riverscasino.com for details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
No subscriptions, no fees, just good old-fashioned baseball. Chicago Dogs baseball. Can't be at the game? Stream select games on any device at WGNTV.com or on the free WGN Plus app on your smart TV.
A hot dog dance-off in between innings there here at Impact
Blindfolded
Field.
hot dog dance-off.
You know, the first time they did this, it was a dog squad member against another dog squad member. So I thought that this was just a dog squad humiliation thing, but I didn't realize they were going to have fans doing it. But
funny.
I absolutely love it. I think it's a great promotion. We started doing it relatively recently, but I am a big fan of that. And Andres Diaz now will return for his 6th inning of work to face Saheed Venezuela.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of how Andres Diaz has pitched tonight. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. He's only thrown 67 pitches. And, you know, you want to stick with him as long as you possibly can, right? You know, the more innings you can get from your starter, especially with the doubleheader looming on Tuesday in Winnipeg. But as we've talked about, when it goes bad for Andres, it goes bad quickly. So you want to make sure you've got somebody ready to go.
First pitch over to Valenzuela, inside for a ball. Valenzuela singled in his last at-bat a few innings ago. His first at-bat was a 6-3 double play.
There's that slider again. That pitch has been working for Andres today. I love this look. I do love the pink jerseys with the black.
No, it's a great look.
It's a good look, especially with the high socks on Andres. I think the pink and black looks good with the high socks.
Yeah, I agree.
So we got, 2 guys with the high socks? Gio and Diaz, and that's it.
Yep. Yeah, and then no Kelvin Pilot because he likes the stirrups.
Yeah, yeah.
Other than that, everyone goes with the low pants.
And the stirrups on Kelvin are like 4 feet long.
They are. Breaking ball. Paints
Slider
the corner.
again,
Yep. Nice pitch from Diaz.
He's putting that ball wherever he wants. It's 1-2.
Diaz has done a good job so far today of getting ahead in counts and bounces that one inside for Valenzuela.
Jay Groom is starting to throw for the Kansas City Monarchs.
2-2 pitch now to Valenzuela. He cuts on that one, goes right over the head of Derek Maven into the glove of his brother, and he'll get it in for a base knock to start off the inning.
Yep, that's a good piece of hitting by Valenzuela. Just takes it the other way, and you know this is a very good offense with a lot of power. And every time a base runner gets on, the tying run comes to the plate. And with the number of home runs that Andres has given up this season, it's always a concern. So you're hoping he can continue to keep that baseball down here against Hudson Head.
Hudson Head struck out in his last at-bat. 4-3 put out in his first at-bat of the evening as Diaz will keep Valenzuela honest over there at first.
He's able to strike out Head with the bases loaded and 1 out. He's able to strike out Head and Baker with the bases loaded in the third to keep it scoreless.
Yeah, that was a great inning for Diaz. Started with the strikeout to Trevor Boone and then finished it with back-to-back strikeouts to Head and Baker. Looking to repeat that here.
He's used his 2 disengagements here on Valenzuela, who leads the team in stolen bases with 10.
And Valenzuela, I get the feeling he might be bluffing over there at first base.
Think so?
He's kind of dancing around a little bit, which, at least when I played, that was what I did when I knew I wasn't stealing, just to have some fun with the guy.
Just bounced around?
Yeah, make him think, and you see he's doing it there, and almost turned his shoulders there. I thought I was going to stand corrected for a second, but even count now to Hudson Head is 1 ball, 1 strike. Hudson batting .270 on the year with 40 knocked in and 6 home runs.
Valenzuela 10 for 13 in stolen bases this season and leads the Monarchs. That slider again.
Slider finds its way into the zone. Even count now 2-2 to Head. Oh, 2-1 now. A lot of dancing over there at first base. Kicks and fires. It's a high fly ball. The mask flies off of the face of Groshans, and he will make the catch as Valenzuela returns to first base. That's the first out of the inning there. Hudson had hit that ball a country mile in the air, but Groshans is a pro. He's done this a million times, and he's able to reel it in.
Yeah, not an easy play for Jax with that wind blowing around like it is, but he was able to stay with it the whole time. And now if you can get a ground ball from Baker, you can get out of the inning.
You see the flag out in right field.
It's starting to pick up.
Crazy,
yep,
yeah.
Starting to pick up.
Except the wind in the booth has kind of died down a little bit, which
it
I
has,
like.
yes,
I'll
which is fine.
We're
not, we don't have to put like our phones and bottles of water on the papers and stuff anymore,
Right.
which is kind of nice.
Which is absolutely what we were doing at the beginning of this contest, but now a couple innings later, it's settled down. It's actually turned out to be a pretty nice evening here, as that one low and away to Baker. Even count now 1-1.
He's 0 for 2. He grounded out in the second, struck out with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the third.
Baker fouls that one down the third base line. 1-2 now.
We'll see what Diaz comes up with here on 1-2. The third time he's faced Baker. Struck him out with the slider the last time. And on 1-2, maybe challenge him upstairs, but you got to be up around the letters with the fastball. Or maybe just go right back to the slider since that's what's been working. We haven't seen much of the changeup from Diaz today.
It's been slider heavy for Diaz so far today. That's kind of been his put-out pitch so far on the evening. But Baker's a guy you cannot make a mistake pitch against.
No.
And Diaz tends to do that.
Yeah.
And, you got to be extra locked in here against Baker because give him something. He's going to take advantage of it. He's got 11 home runs on the season so far.
Just 27 games.
1-2 now to Baker. That one fouled over our heads onto Pearl Street.
That was a fastball right down the middle. Got to be careful there. Baker can hit the ball right through this breeze out of the ballpark. You got to be really, really careful to this guy if you're Andres Diaz.
Still 1-2 here to Baker. He will throw back to Valenzuela. I think it's the
fourth,
yeah,
but it's the second time in this at bat, so the disengagements reset with each new batter. So,
yep. Still 1-2 here to Lucan. Diaz kicks, fires. Valenzuela takes off. Check swing from Baker, but Valenzuela, no contest at second base. He will have a stolen base, his 11th of the season.
Ball got away from Jax, and Baker was able to hold up. And now you got first base open, and you certainly don't want to put the tying run on base, but you can be a little bit more careful with him here on 2-2. On a pitch like that, you're probably not getting Valenzuela anyway, even if Jax catches it. It's going to be down in the dirt.
Here's the 1-2. Chopped back to Diaz, off his glove. Weiss will scoop it, and Weiss will make the play at first to retire Baker. It's 2 outs now with Valenzuela on third.
A second 1-4-3 put out of the game. You don't see that very often. Pitcher to the second baseman. And now, again, another hitter you got to be very careful with in Saul Garza and his 14 home runs and 33 knocked in.
Saul Garza, one of the team leaders in home runs. He's second on this team with 14, right behind Trevor Boone, who leads with 15. But the one stat that Garza does lead in is strikeouts. He leads this Monarchs team by a wide margin in strikeouts with 81 on the season. At second on this Monarchs team is Grant Richardson with 66. So there's a 15 strikeout difference there. As he skies this one out to right field. Not out to right
no,
field.
No, that wind pushed that
was
ball back,
off
yeah.
the bat, that looked like it was out to right, but Tyreek Reed will make the play at first base, and that will retire the Monarchs heading into the bottom of the sixth.
The best of the best under the lights. You can tell that this isn't just your average game.
And it's out of here. Dives and makes the catch. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Safe at the plate.
Did he do it? The game is over.
Turn up. Let's go.
The mustard race has concluded and looked like it was a tight race.
I don't know, first base side was way out in front. I don't know what happened, but the first base side was way out in front for a while, and I think third base side caught up right at the very end.
It'll be Zach Stokes here to start the bottom of the sixth inning. Yeah, I noticed this. He came out earlier today. He had red sleeves underneath. He had red sleeves underneath the pink jersey, and I kind of looked out to left field and I said, "Oh, that's not a good look."
It doesn't look good.
Looks like Valentine's Day. I was thinking about this because you were talking about how great Diaz looks with the tall black socks, and I think that's a great look. I think they told Zach that, and he changed to a black undershirt. I don't know if that played a part, but he did change from red to black undershirt.
You think he got teased by his teammates about how he looked like a Valentine's Day treat and he went and changed?
Maybe.
Is that what happened?
I'm not insinuating anything, but that is a possibility. As Stokes will take the first pitch low and in for ball one.
He's 0 for 2 officially today, but his last time up he tried to drop a bunt down, and Brady Lindsley's throw pulled Saul Garza off the bag.
Yep. Sack bunt E2 for Stokes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, the only mistakes made in the game by either team, and the Dogs took advantage of it.
And that's something the Dogs haven't done a whole lot of this season, is taking advantage of the other team's mistakes, but they did it in the third or the fourth inning and got 2 runs across, looking to get a couple more to support Andres Diaz here.
This is a Kansas City team that's pretty good defensively. They're 4th in the American Association in fielding percentage. They've made 47 errors on the season, which is also 4th.
Stokes cuts on that one hard. Foul ball at the Chicago dugout.
Jacob didn't even have time to react.
No, he didn't. And the ball was stopped by the fence before anybody
Baseball
did anything.
baby.
Nice.
Baseball toddler? No, baseball toddler.
Yeah.
2 baseball toddlers.
And then there's a baseball kid in front, too.
Yes.
The youth are out at Impact Field today. Is that
baseball is for people of all ages.
It is.
If baseball was a board game, it would say from ages 0 to 99.
Absolutely.
Like Legos.
Yeah.
I think Legos say 3 to 99.
Yeah, because you don't want the kids.
You don't
swallowing them.
want kids eating Legos.
That would be bad. As Stokes takes a walk to start the 6th inning, and it'll be Jacob Maben now.
Actually, I think recently, I think they recently changed the age range.
Did they?
Yeah, because people complained because there was some like 99-year-old or 102-year-old playing Legos.
That's what it is. They got the Duplo
yeah,
box.
now it says their age rating is 100 plus.
Huh.
4 to 100 plus.
As a bunt is dropped by Maben out of the hands of Endersby, and Maben will be safe. Stokes will be safe. Oof. Men on first and second now as another defensive mistake is made by this Monarchs team, and it'll be Tyreek Reed to bat.
Yeah, the Monarchs are going to have to work on their PFPs here, I think, over the next couple of days, as this has not been good. And this is Joe Calfapietra coming out to maybe take the ball from Endersby. Yeah, he's pointing down to the Monarchs bullpen, so he'll take the baseball away from Jimmy Endersby, who pitched well, but hurt his cause with a couple of misplays on bunts. Now the Dogs have a chance here in the 6th.
He had that issue where he just didn't know where to go with the ball, and this time that one pops out of his glove, and we'll get a pitching change here. We'll let the new guy warm up. We'll go to break.
Every athlete starts somewhere. Before the lights, before the trophies, there's practice, persistence, and the people who make the game possible. For 40 years, Champro has been that foundation. A quiet leader providing high-quality gear, equipment, custom uniforms, and reliable service to teams nationwide. Built on innovation, speed, and integrity, Champro equips athletes from their first season through their greatest achievements. Now, with its further expansion into high school sports, the company's legacy of reliability is becoming a catalyst for performance and progress. Champro is powering the future of sport. One team, one season, one victory at a time. For more information, visit champrosports.com.
Pitching change for Kansas City. It'll be Jake Groom, the former first-round draft pick.
Yep, Groom, a former first-round pick of the Boston Red Sox, was traded to the San Diego Padres in 2022 and suffered just a ton of injuries to his left arm that has sapped that arm of what used to be a 97, 98 mile-an-hour fastball. It's now low 90s, and he put up some really good numbers in the minor leagues back in 22 and 21, but not the same pitcher he was back in those days. Walks a lot of guys right now. He's making his 16th appearance of the season for Kansas City, 19 2/3 innings. He's made 2 starts. One of those came against the Dogs in the 5th game of the season. The Dogs would beat him around for 5 hits and 3 walks in 5 innings, scored 5 runs off him. And normally, when you're only up 2-0 and you got first and second, nobody out, you're asking the hitter to bat, you're asking the hitter to bunt, but I don't think that's going to be the case with Tyreek. And we got some yelling and screaming going on here between, I think that's Matt Passarelli, the hitting coach, and the home plate umpire, Mike Fichter, are having words.
Not totally sure what those words were about, but Groom is getting ready to face Tyreek here, his first batter of the evening. Tyreek so far had that RBI double in the 4th inning that scored Jax Groshans to get the first run across of the evening for Chicago, and he's got an opportunity to do it again here as he cuts that one, drives it down the third base line. Turning the corner is Stokes. Stokes will score once again. The Dogs up 3-0 with Tyreek Reed. That's his 2nd RBI single of the evening, continuing his great performance in Kane County, bringing it home to Chicago. Tyreek Reed makes it 3-0 for the Dogs.
And I'm not sure why J.D. Davis was playing in there. The Tyreek is not bunting, so I'm not really sure why Davis was in on the grass like that. But because he was in on the grass, Tyreek was able to hook it past him for his 2nd RBI single of the game. And Reed, as I said, continues to close in on Jax's team RBI record. And I think now you're asking the Dogs hitter to bunt. Cooper Weiss with first and second, 1 out, and not great speed at first base and Tyreek. So if you can get those runners into scoring position, see if Derek Maben can break through here. Or maybe just play for the big inning. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see what Stan has in store.
Reed at first, Maben at second.
Or alternatively, you can make the Monarchs show that they can field the bunt. They haven't been able to do it all night.
That is true. Corners are in. The bunt is put down. It's popped over the net. You don't see that very often, a bunt going that high up in the air.
And you got to make sure, if you're bunting, you got to get it down.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dogs have played well here tonight. They've put themselves in a position to win. You have an opportunity to tack on a couple of more. You got to get this bunt down and get those runners into scoring position.
Still first and second for Weiss. 0-1 count as he'll show the bunt
There
again.
it is.
It's a nice one down the third base line. The play is made by Davis, but it is a successful sack bunt. It advances the runners, and now you got two in scoring position for Derek Maben.
Yeah, this would be a great time for Derek to kind of break out of these struggles he's had all season with runners in scoring position. As that guy's wearing 3 hats. Looks like he's got the group hat underneath the hat that he came to the ballpark with, and then he got the bucket hat when he came in.
A double hat for
the
anyone
only
with a
thing
group
I would
today.
say differently is if you're wearing 2 build hats like that,
You got to put them forward.
you got to
and
put
backward.
forward and backwards.
Yeah, I completely agree. Is that one skied to right field? The play will be made by Boone, and no time to tag for Jacob. He thought about it for a second, but nothing doing there. And good position the Dogs are in still. Second and third with just 1 out, or 2 outs now, with the Giacomo at the bat.
Yeah, Derek not able to get that ball deep enough to right field, and his struggles continue with runners in scoring position. But the Dogs have added on, so I'd love to see Gio pick up a base hit here, score a couple more. 5 feels a whole lot better than 3. But it's lefty on lefty.
Giacomo could use a base hit here for himself and for the team. So far on the day, 2 strikeouts and a flyout. He's been struggling lately, leads the team in strikeouts, but he, for a while, and I think still is arguably the Dogs' top hitter, just gotta break out of this slump. It happens to everybody. You know, he's a pro. He knows how to handle it. As he'll chop that one right back to Groom, and the play will be made. A 1-3 putout to end the bottom of the 6th inning. Dogs tack one more on. 3-0 heading into the top of the 7th.
Hey. So good to go.
Don't just like somebody on the app. Like them in real life. She likes you. Look. Seems like you like her. Just go up to her. Say hello. 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 Legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time.
I like to have somebody like Impact on my team because I know that they got my back. They're gonna keep me posted. I don't gotta worry about that. I know with Impact, like just in the time we've had this relationship, it's always like, how do we take care of the people more than anything? Because the people make us go. Right? They do well, we do well, everybody wins. Smiles on everybody's face.
To the tang of lemon, to flavor heaven, to giving routine a break, to no more stressing, to dang, that's refreshing, to the memories that we'll make, to days spent in the sun and being out here with everyone. Grab a Liney's. Here's to the lake.
Well, Jackson came on for 4, 5, 6, and he got the Dogs 3 runs. Now it's my turn to bring home a W. And here's our Champ Pro trivia question. Walt Disney opened his first animation studio in Kansas City in 1921. What was the name? I'm going to go Animated Pictures C. Okay. Timmy. And so today I walk in, and Timmy says, so are the questions, do the questions have to be about Kansas City, Kansas, because that's where the Monarchs play?
Right, yes.
Or can they be about Kansas City, Missouri? I said, no, it can be Kansas City in general,
Yeah.
which means tomorrow I'm going to get some random geography question about Kansas City, Missouri. I don't know anything about Kansas City, Missouri.
I'm not going to say too much, but
Do you
I will
know it?
tell you, I do know what it is.
Okay.
It's not geography related, but I don't think you're going to get it. I still
love
don't
it.
think you're going to
Love
get
it.
it.
Appreciate you.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So Andres Diaz into his 7th inning of work. He'll face Grant Richardson, who's gotten him twice today, a single and a double. Then J.D. Davis and Trevor Boone. 1-0, misses outside, 2-1. 6 innings for Andres so far, 6 hits, no runs, 1 strikeout, and 6 walks. He was at 84 pitches through 6. This ball's lifted to left, slicing away from Jacob Maben, but he'll make the catch right around the left field foul line for out number 1. And as much as you would love to leave Andres, I think, out there beyond this inning, if he can get through 7 scoreless against this offense, I feel like you have to take the ball from him and say, we'll get you the final 6 outs. There's confidence plays a huge role in baseball, and Jax, I think, got clipped by that one. And with the struggles that Andres has had over the last month or so, I would hate for him to come back out for the 8th and even give up 1 run.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you've got the margin for error. It's 3-0, but a 7 shutout looks better than 7 1/3 and 1 earned run. That's just my take. We'll see what Stu and Stan choose, but that's my opinion on this. The 0-1 to Davis is lined into left field for a 1-out base hit. So the Monarchs have picked up some base hits against Andres, but the only inning that they really threatened was in that 3rd. In fact, that's the only inning in which the Monarchs have had more than 1 base runner. That 3rd inning, he struck out Trevor Boone to start the inning. Brady Lindsley doubled. Austin Callahan walked. Zahid Valenzuela singled. But then he struck out Hudson Head and Lucan Baker to get out of it scoreless. Boone 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. He'll foul the first pitch straight back, 0-1. Andres trying to match his season high for Ks, which is 7. He did that twice.
Diaz started off the season really, really hot and then kind of fell off the table a little bit. But these last 2 outings from Diaz have been really, really
encouraging.
solid.
Yep,
yeah.
encouraging. Yeah, 4 runs in 6 innings in Lake Country. I think you'll take that every day of the week.
Especially at Lake Country.
Yep.
Small ballpark, power hitting team, and 6-4. You can't complain.
Yep. 1-1 popped up.
Way
left
up
side of the diamond. Ethan right in the middle will make the grab for the 2nd out. Boone is now 0 for 3. 2 outs now for Lindsley. Brady Lindsley 1 for 2 with a double and a fly out to right. The starting pitching has been better for the Dogs. That start that Donnie Tober made the other day, notwithstanding the last week or so, Dogs starting pitching has been better. Lindsley, first pitch swinging, hits it to Cooper Weiss. Cooper on to first, and Andres Diaz has given the Dogs 7 shutout innings. Time to stretch at Impact.
The best of the best under the lights. You can tell that this isn't just your average game.
And it's out of here! Dives and makes the catch! Swing and a miss, he got him! Deep at the plate! Did he do it? The game is over!
Bottom of the 7th inning, Jay Groom will work his second inning of relief of Jimmy Endersby. Endersby 5+, 4 hits, 3 runs. 1 of them were earned. He walked 3, struck out 6 through 98 pitches. 60 of them were strikes, and he didn't look bad. He just made a couple of fielding errors that cost him really all 3 runs, and Dogs trying to add on to the lead here in the 7th inning against Jay Groom, the former first-round draft pick of the Boston Red Sox back in 2016. He was the 12th overall draft pick. Made it as high as, he was the 29th ranked prospect in all of baseball by Baseball Prospectus back in 2017. Major League Baseball had him number 41. So a guy with a pedigree, but injuries took its toll, as it does on a lot of young arms. Well, all arms, not just young arms. It's like everybody's getting Tommy John surgery these days. Almost preventative Tommy John. You see people getting Tommy John before they even really need it.
I had shoulder problems at 12 years old when I used to pitch. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get me started, on the overuse of 12 and 13-year-olds throwing curveballs and throwing 140 pitches a day. And,
yep.
I mean, it doesn't build up strength.
Nope.
Wilder will foul the 1-1 pitch out of play. 1-2 on Ethan.
I remember coming home from 12U baseball practice, and my dad would get the big bag of ice out with the saran wrap and do the whole thing.
That's what I've been doing the last week or so. I get home and I wrap my elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that physical therapy is probably going to wait till the season's over, but
yeah.
I'm definitely going to need it.
I've been having some PT on my knee lately. I've got some.
That's not good. You haven't even started playing yet.
Yeah, but I've been dealing with this since April or May. I've been dealing with this weird knee thing, and they think
Jackson Magid, linebacker.
They think it's tendonitis, something like that.
Linebackers are tough.
Yeah, I'll play through it.
I know you will.
I've been working out through it the whole. I throw a knee sleeve on though.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe I should start putting a sleeve on my elbow. You think that would help?
Get the copper fit, the Brett Favre, Jerry Rice. You remember the old commercials?
No.
You ever saw those commercials?
No.
Oh, those are fantastic. It's
if you say so.
It's Brett Favre just playing 7-on-7 football with his buddies, and he's just dicing them up with a copper fit thing on his elbow. It's hilarious.
2-2. Wilder staying alive. So 7 shutout innings for Andres Diaz, and there's still nobody throwing in the Dogs' pen. So it looks like it might be Diaz at least to start the 8th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. Well, there's the wind back into the booth.
Yep, there it is. Wasn't going to escape us for too long.
Wilder smokes this down the right field line. That is, there is no foul territory down that line. Where did that ball land?
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. I mean,
let's take
right
a look.
Between the bullpen and the foul pole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room down in that corner, but Ethan found it.
That's incredible. In that corner, too, if you find that in fair territory, especially if it takes a bounce off that wall, a guy with Ethan's speed, I mean, you're talking about a stand-up triple there.
He's been stuck on 4 triples for about 6 weeks now.
Yeah, he was one of the top leaders in the American Association for a while. But
lines this to right, and that ball is going to land. It'll get past Boone. Hudson Head will pick it up, and Ethan will hold at second, so 1 pitch later. Ethan will get the double, and it's a leadoff double here in the 7th. I don't know if that was a great play by Trevor Boone diving for that one. Yeah, you see he was a little unsure of himself there, Jackson. Sort of stopped and then at the last minute decided to dive, and it ends up as a double instead of a single, but we'll take it.
Ball don't lie. Ethan finds his way to second base after a tough foul ball, which landed just foul, but he answers back, puts one into right field for a stand-up double, and now it's Cisco who's got a single, and he's got a walk on the day so far.
Go back and see if these two had to have faced each other in that series in Kansas City. Chance with a base hit. And a sacrifice fly off of Groom. Single to center. Drove in a run with a sacrifice fly. Wouldn't mind a base hit right here.
No, a base hit would score Wilder. It would put the Dogs up 4-0,
Yeah.
and then you still got Jax up to bat next. I think, this has been a really nice Dogs game to watch.
It's been clean, yeah.
A lot of them have admittedly been pretty painful to watch. But,
yes, that is very true.
This has been a ray of sunshine. Diaz has been pitching well. The offense hasn't been explosive, but they've gotten the job done and taken advantage of errors. And 6 hits, 3 runs, and Cisco just
they've taken advantage.
I thought that was a walk there to Cisco.
You said it. The offense hasn't lit the world on fire today, but what they've done is something they haven't done all season, which is take advantage of mistakes by the other team. And that's encouraging to see. That's ball 4. So again, 1 pitch later, Cisco gets the result he wants. He's been on base 3 times today.
That's all you can ask for. Just get on base, give your teammates an opportunity, and that's what Cisco did right there.
Who was the Cruz pick to click today? Was it Chance?
Was it Chance? It might have been Jax.
No. Joe was Jax.
Let's see if I can find it in the text.
I think it was Cisco. No, they went to Giacomo. I just heard it in my ear. Thank you. The reason I ask is because Ethan Wilder's 2 for 4 with a single and a double today. So right now he's the leader in the clubhouse.
And Coco went Cisco, but that's not involved in this.
He actually went you.
Oh, but that was for the intern. Does that count for this too?
No, he's got to pick you on Sunday, so you got to throw a strike when you throw that first pitch. I think if you throw a strike on that first pitch, Coco wins automatically.
That's worth it. You said it earlier. It's worth at least a point.
At least 1 point.
Yeah.
The 0-1 to Jax, and the rain's starting to fall. And it's not going to stop now for, about 18 hours? Nope. It's supposed to rain most of the day tomorrow.
We were talking pregame, talking about getting 5 innings in, maybe getting 6 innings in. But, we're in the bottom of the 7th, and the weather has held up so far. But as you said, the
people are starting to
rain,
scramble a little bit. But, when you get good pitching, you can play quick baseball.
Absolutely.
0-2 to Jax. That's in the dirt. Dogs have not played a lot of quick baseball this season. A lot of 3-hour and 15, 3-hour and 20, 3-hour and 30-minute baseball games, because that's what happens when you throw 160, 170 pitches in a 9-inning game.
It was funny when we went to Kane County. The first time I went to Kane County, I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
The game ended in 2 hours and 7 minutes. I was
that
like,
was
oh my gosh.
That was the first Ash Lacey
Lacey
game, right?
Yep. And then the last one this past Monday, 2 hours and 8 minutes. So
grounded to third. Davis will go to second. The turn is in time, and Groshans grounds into a 5-4-3 double play. They'll move Ethan to third now, but with 2 outs. Jack's 0 for 4. And now Stokes, who's 0 for 2 officially. He's been on base twice. He scored 2 runs. Reached on it was ruled a sacrifice. He was bunting for a hit, but it was ruled a sacrifice, E2, and then he walked leading off the 6th and scored on Tyreek's second RBI of the day. Runner at third, 2 outs. Stokes will take ball 1.
Stokes scored. He walked earlier and then was driven in on that sac fly and made the score 2-0. Stokes now an opportunity to drive in a runner of his own. He's got Wilder at third. He's having a pretty good day so far. Not any hits, but he's been productive otherwise, which, when you're not hitting or if you're not fielding, you got to find another way to be productive, and that's what Stokes has done. Gotten on base, made plays in the field. Can't complain about Stokes' performance so far.
Nope. 8 for 24 against lefties as well this season, 333. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Groom these days feels like a lefty that is a comfortable lefty-on-lefty matchup because he's not up there throwing 97. 2-1. Stokes swings through. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nope, 1 ball, 2. No, it is 1 ball, 2 strikes. I apologize. I apologize to Timmy, who's multitasking in the production booth today. I apologize, Timmy. It is 1-2. Stokes up the middle, Callahan the backhand play, and Kansas City does a nice job working around first and second with nobody out. We go to the 8th. Dogs up by 3.
I like to have somebody like impact on my team because I know that they got my back. They're gonna keep me posted. I don't gotta worry about that. I know with impact, like just in the time we've had this relationship, it's always like, how do we take care of the people more than anything? Because the people make us go. Right? They do well, we do well, everybody wins. Smiles on everybody's face.
How'd they do it? The cheese. It's perfectly crispy along the entire edge.
We could never make a pizza like that.
That's because this isn't pizza. It's Jets, with the thickest, crispiest, cheesy-to-the-edge crust on the planet. Jets, better because it has to be.
It's all right.
Bone and joint pain? Consider this. Midwest Orthopedics at Rush is among the best in the nation, #1 in Illinois, and will help you get the outcome you deserve. Don't just hope for the best. Come to Midwest Orthopedics at Rush and expect it.
No subscriptions, no fees, just good old-fashioned baseball. Chicago Dogs baseball. Can't be at the game? Stream select games on any device at WGNTV.com or on the free WGN Plus app on your smart TV.
Every strikeout this season means more than just an out. Thanks to Republic Bank of Chicago and their new K's for a Cause program, every Chicago Dog strikeout will help support a local charity. At the end of the season, Republic Bank of Chicago will make a donation based on the team's total strikeouts. Every strikeout helps make a difference this season. 6 punchies for Andres Diaz. You're getting a look at all of them here, the last couple via the gas. And he's back out there for the 8th inning. A little bit surprising, given he's at 93 pitches. I think we're just now starting to see some action down in the Dogs' bullpen. Somebody, looks like Cade Herman, maybe starting to get to stretch out a little bit down in that pen. But 7 shutouts. Yep, there is Cade.
Herman's been great out of the bullpen for the Dogs since we acquired him from Gary, and looking to, hopefully Diaz gets through this one and gives Herman an opportunity to get the save.
First pitch swinging is fouled by Austin Callahan. Callahan 1 for 2, a single, a walk, and a flyout. Diaz been terrific tonight. 93 pitches through 7 shutout innings, and hopefully he can give the team 8. They can go to Herman for the 9th, and we can call it a night and get out of here.
I talked to Jax pregame just about how he felt about today, just general conversation. We talked about Diaz a little bit, and he just said, look, we just got to let Diaz pitch his game. Can't get rocked, and that's what we're seeing so far. He is pitching his game, and this is kind of the early season Andres Diaz that we missed so dearly, but we're getting to here, and he's up 0-2 already against Austin Callahan.
Callahan takes that out to left field, and on it comes Jacob. He'll make the catch for the first out here in the 8th. Now Sahid Valenzuela, he's got 2 hits today. Single to center, single to left. He led off the 6th with a base hit, stole 2nd, and was stranded at 3rd. Three runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Dogs. No runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for the Kansas City Monarchs. And Andres Diaz continues to just paint. He has thrown 98 pitches in this game, and 73 of them have been strikes. He has put the ball exactly where he's wanted to put it all evening long. And you said it, this looks like the Andres Diaz we saw against Sioux City in his first start of the year. This looks like the Andres Diaz we saw in that start against Cleburne. The 0-2. If the Dogs can get this out of Diaz, I mean, obviously not 7 shutout innings, but if you can get competitive pitching from Andres Diaz down the stretch. Now all of a sudden, you've got Diaz, you've got Lacey, you've got Lockwood, you've got Guzman, and all of a sudden you've got 4 starters who can get you deep into games and who can give you some good innings.
Most definitely. I think the addition of Guzman as well as Donnie Tober and these other young guys have been really, really big for this Dogs pitching staff.
Golfed out to shallow right. Easy play for Zach. 2 outs. There has not, and I think some of this has to do with the wind, but there hasn't even been a lot of hard contact against Andres today. And again, that was the slider. That ball that started at the knees and dropped to the feet, and Valenzuela just had to golf it to right. There's strike 1 to Hudson Head. Diaz getting ahead of everybody.
You said it, Aaron. There hasn't been a whole lot of super hard contact. The one from Lindsley and then that one from Callahan both came in the 5th inning. Yep. 2 balls that, especially the Callahan one, definitely looked like it had a chance to exit the ballpark, but thanks to the wind, that one was knocked down. But those are the only 2 that really looked dangerous for the Dogs so far today.
1 ball, 2 strikes now on Head, and I said this earlier. I was talking to Matt Passarelli before the game, and he said, we just haven't hit lately. Yep. You know, and it's carried into tonight's game. Dogs still need to get 4 outs, but the Monarchs have been held at bay tonight. The 1-2 from Andres. High ball 2. That was pitch 104 for the Dogs right-hander. The 2-2. Grounded over by the Kansas City dugout.
A well-deserved icing awaits Diaz. He's going to have to put a bag of ice on that shoulder most definitely tonight. I mean, 106 pitches and counting is definitely going to require some rehab.
The most pitches a Dogs pitcher has thrown in a game this season was Reggie Grace, through 114. 2-2, blooped. Wilder not able to make the catch. It'll be a 2-out base hit for Hudson Head, and you got to be careful. You know, that extra run that you got in the 6th inning gives you a little bit of a cushion here with Luke and Baker. If you give up a big fly to Baker, you still have a 1-run lead, but you know, obviously you'd rather get out of this scoreless. We'll see how Diaz deals with Baker, who's 0 for 3 today. 2 ground outs and a strikeout. What do we got? Oh, we got the Bat Boy getting all of Head's equipment down into the dugout.
Shout out to Blake.
Blake's done a great job this season.
Great kid. Yeah. Entering his freshman year of high school at Notre Dame College Prep in Niles. So he's going to play some baseball over there, and he's been hustling around all season. So shout out to Blake.
I used to do Notre Dame College Prep hockey.
Really?
The Dons. Yep. We used to call the games out at Mount Prospect Ice Arena.
Yep. That probably would have been if I were to go to a private high school, it would have been that one.
Well, that ball's driven to deep left. If it stays fair, it's gone. It is a foul ball. Oof. And that shows you the power of Luke and Baker. That was one arm from Luke and Baker, and I lost it in the raindrops. As soon as it was off the bat, I had to wait for the third base umpire, Alex Perry, to make the call. So see if Andres can just put Baker to bed here on 0-2.
Big league power in the American Association with Luke and Baker.
Off the end of the bat, skied to center. Gio waits. Now he rushes in, and DiGiacomo drops the baseball. Thrown to the middle of the plate. The throw to the plate, and Head scores. So Gio just dropped the baseball, and that leads to a run. So the Dogs have played clean all day long, but not here. And the Monarchs are on the board. Just a lazy fly ball. Watch this again. Gio not able to make the play.
You know, that's the first time we've seen that from Gio this season, and I presume it'd be the last time. I mean, that is not a mistake that Gio really makes. He's a fantastic defensive outfielder, and I'm sure he's beating himself up over that one, but the Dogs still have a 2-run cushion. Gio's all right.
And now Stan's coming out, and I think the Dogs are going to go to Cade Herman here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Andres Diaz with a terrific performance tonight, 7 2/3 innings. He's given up 1 unearned run. He will leave with a 2-run lead.
How'd they do it? The cheese. It's perfectly crispy along the entire edge.
We could never make a pizza like that.
That's because this isn't pizza. It's Jets, with the thickest, crispiest, cheesy-to-the-edge crust on the planet. Jets, better because it has to be.
It's all right.
Hey, so nice, so good.
Don't just like somebody on the app. Like them in real life. She likes you. Look. Seems like you like her. Just go up to her. Say hello. 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 Legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time.
Back here, top of the 8th, 2 outs. Tying run at the plate, and the Dogs will go to Cade Herman to try to lock this one down.
Cade Herman, I mentioned it earlier, came over in that trade for Jacob Delabio, in which the Dogs returned 3 arms. So far on the season, 40 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts, good strikeout numbers from Cade. Just over a 5 ERA, 5.17 on the year, and he's walked 22. Only 3 home runs allowed on the season, though, for Cade Herman, who's really been a pleasant surprise for the Dogs.
He has, and his numbers are inflated a little bit because of 2 or 3 bad outings where he gave up 4 runs in an inning. But generally speaking, he's been pretty good here for the Dogs, and he's got to get 4 outs. He is the newest candidate to close out games. Austin Eaton struggled for a handful of appearances. Now the Dogs are going to go to Cade. First pitch is inside to Saul Garza, ball 1. 7 2/3 innings for Andres. 7 hits, 1 run so far. It's unearned. Walked 1, struck out 6. 2 balls, no strikes. Garza's 0 for 3. Strikeout, ground out, pop out to foul territory.
Pivotal moment in the game here for Chicago. You got the tying run at the plate, and now he's up 3-0 on Herman with 2 outs, and I think this at-bat is going to tell you a lot as to how this game's going to end.
Cade has walked 22 in 40 innings. Struck out 34, and he'll deliver strike 1 to Garza. And Garza, much like most of the hitters tonight, didn't like that call, but once again, it was a pitch low, and that pitch has been called a strike all night.
Yeah, it's been called a strike all night, and if you're a hitter, you got to be able to adapt to that. That's a pitch that should have been swung at based on the way the game's been called today.
3 balls, 1 strike. Ball's popped up. Count goes full.
Saul Garza leads the team in strikeouts, which if you're Cade Herman, you got to be happy about that, but he's got him here full count.
Payoff pitch, misses high. The tying run on base. 2 on, 2 out for Grant Richardson. That ball hit by Baker was actually ruled a single, not an E8. So it is an earned run. Now Richardson is 2 for 3 today. First pitch. Swing and miss.
Foul tip right into the glove of Groshans. Good job by the veteran catcher to squeeze that one. And Richardson, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on here.
Ball's hammered but foul. Now Cade 1 pitch away from getting out of this.
This is a huge pitch here for Herman. I talked about it last at bat. The walk, you could survive that walk, but you really don't want to give up anything else. You got Richardson down here 0-2. This is one that you'd hate to give up.
The 0-2 now from Cade. And Baker able to pick up third base on the wild pitch. That whole sequence went in slow motion there. The pitch, the ball getting away from Jax, Baker getting down to third.
Jax looking for a throw there, but Maben was not covering the bag. Now it's men at the corners.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The rain coming down hard now. Cade's 1-2. High 2-2. And this has been the problem for the Dogs, right? They can't seem to get out of their own way in most games. Nothing is easy. Even when they win, they have to battle through it. Base hit to right. It's a 1-run game. Rounding second, going and holding as Garza. The ball gets through Stokes, goes all the way to the wall, and we're going to have a tie game here. Throw to the plate is not in time. It's 3-3. Well, the Dogs' defense has let them down here in the 8th inning. A single and an E9, and it's 3-3.
You know, we talked about it earlier. 2 runs isn't enough. 3 runs isn't enough, and it's proving to be true here as Stu's going to go out and talk to his guy. It's just a tough break for Cade Herman.
I mean, we talk about how the Dogs' defense has been sort of their one saving grace this season, and the 2 guys in the outfield that have been most solid this year have been Gio DiGiacomo and Zach Stokes, and you can't script this stuff. You really can't. And if you're the Dogs, it's another day. It's another instance of, you know, what can we do to get in our own way? And now Richardson's at third base as the potential go-ahead run here in the 8th inning, and J.D. Davis at the plate.
This isn't the typical, they pitched but didn't hit, they hit but they didn't pitch. I mean, this is...
Today they hit enough, they pitched enough, they didn't play defense.
I mean, just cannot catch a break.
It's ball 1 to Davis. Well, Dogs were up 3-0. It's now 3-3.
What was such a clean game has turned into exactly the opposite on 2 errors that are pretty inexplicable, frankly. I mean, I got nothing.
Yeah, and you feel bad for Andres, right? Like, he's created a lot of his own problems this year with some of his outings, but today he did his job. Today he was terrific, and he's going to get a no decision, and the Dogs' bullpen is going to have to earn it. As rain's still coming down, starting to come into the booth a little bit, so I had to shut my window.
Got to protect the computers. Absolutely got to protect, especially considering that I don't own this computer.
No, you don't.
This belongs to Loras College, so I have to keep it safe.
I own this one, the 1-2. Slider down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. J.D. Davis 1 for 3 today. Herman trying to keep this thing tied now. Back up the middle, and it is not tied. Kansas City with a 4-run 8th inning. They've taken a 4-3 lead. And we saw this in in Lake Country on Sunday. Dogs had a 4-run lead going into the 8th, gave up 8 runs, lost that game 12-10. They had a 3-0 lead going into the 8th today. They now trail 4-3.
That's just the way it goes. The team just can't catch a break. When things seem to be going well, they aren't, and just absolutely brutal loss, or brutal comeback allowed by the Dogs here. I don't want to say loss because it's not over just yet. The Dogs still have an opportunity to get a run on the board in the in the 9th inning and in the bottom of the 8th as well, but it's going to have to start with an out here from Herman.
Changeup has Boone out in front. Boone's 0 for 3. Well, the frustration is visible from my perspective. I am watched a lot of baseball this season, and a lot of the games I've seen this year have left me scratching my head. I don't know how else to put it. Oh, our picks to click page got all wet here with the rain. I gotta fill everything back in. Curveball dropped over, called strike 3, and Boone is out on strikes for the 3rd straight time. But the Monarchs score 4 in the 8th.
best of the best under the lights. You can tell that this isn't just your average game.
And it's out of here. Dives and makes the catch. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Safe at the plate.
Did he do it? The game is over.
Turn up. Let's go.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Commissioner of the American Association of Professional Baseball. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. Dogs were up 3-0. They now trail 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th, and it is the big bearded right-hander, Jeff Hackinson.
Jeff Hackinson on the season so far, 26 1/3 innings pitched, has struck out 29 in just 26 innings, and as opposed to 15 walks, a 3.42 ERA for the bearded reliever.
He faced the Dogs in that series earlier this season through an inning and a third scoreless. That was in the game the Dogs won. Well, they're down 4-3. It'll be Maben, the Jacob variety, Tyreek, and Cooper Weiss in the 8th. Dogs now down by a run.
You want to know something messed up? In the clubhouse today,
yeah,
I said hi to Derek. He was walking by as I was standing there with Coco, and Coco looks at me and says, "Hey, Jackson, who's your favorite Maben?" And I go, "Coco, you know I can't answer that question."
I love it.
And I said, I love both Mabens equally.
That's fantastic.
And
Coco,
he goes,
that's terrific.
And then Coco and Derek's standing right behind us while we're having this conversation. And Coco goes, "Well, mine's Jacob." And I turn around and go, "Derek, do you know this? Has he said this to you?" He goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Coco, that's
He's
messed-
just resigned to the fact that Jacob is Coco's favorite. That's terrific.
I'm like, "Coco, that's messed up." I'm like, "You know what? Just because you said that, I like Derek. But I love both Mabens equally, of course."
Pitch inside to Jacob, 2-2. Well, we've seen it all this season for the Dogs, and another game that they should have won. Another game that right now they've given away, and we'll see if they. Oh, come on.
Yeah,
that was just terrible.
You can't ring them up on that.
Yeah, that was just terrible. You know, it's been bad all night, but it's been like that was just awful.
And not a lot of people in this league know the strike zone better than the Maben brothers, and you throw Chance in there as well, Jax, and all of those guys have had issues with the zone today. I mean, just that's just bad.
Yeah, that was not great. So now 1 out for Tyreek. Reed 2 for 3 with 2 run-scoring singles. Yeah, we've seen the Dogs lose in essentially every way imaginable this season, right? We've seen them get blown out.
Yep.
We've seen clean wins, clean losses, and then we've seen heartbreakers like this. And we've had 2 of these now in the last 5 days, because this is how Sunday went in Lake Country as well. Dogs were up 4 in that one going into the 8th and gave up 8.
I was watching. Don't worry. I saw every pitch.
Yeah, I had to go up there though.
It is true. I was on my couch.
2 balls, no strikes. Looks like the rain is eased up here.
It's been coming and going.
You get a good look at Stan. Pitch to Tyreek. He's chopped to third. Davis will retire Tyreek. Reed now 2 for 4, but another good game for Tyreek. He continues to swing a hot bat for the Dogs. 2 outs now for Cooper Weiss. Just one official at bat for Cooper today. He flew out to left in the second, hit a sac fly to center in the fourth, driving in a run, and then dropped down a bunt in the 6th inning. It looks like the Dogs have some action in their pen. There's a righty down there on the mound. I don't know if he's throwing. Weiss pops it up, and that will reach the seats.
A scramble ensues down there on the first base concourse.
Yeah, once everybody hides underneath the overhang with the rain, it's sort of chaos down there for a foul ball. If you're a kid, you got an opportunity. You got to be careful, though. You don't want to slip and go tumbling down these concrete steps.
Yeah, I just saw a kid hurdle the seat, and that's you don't want him to smack his head on something. That would be bad news.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Cooper Weiss has an RBI on the day. That sac fly in the 4th inning scored the 2nd run of the evening for Chicago so far. He's been solid since coming over from Gary, batting .300 on the year with 5 knocked in and a home run. That home run came in Lake Country.
Pitches down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball away. Hackinson looked like maybe he slipped a little bit there on that pitch. 2-2. And Cooper's been a nice addition. He's helped solidify that infield, can play second, short, and third. Pitch up and in, 3-2. He's shown a good batting eye.
Based on his reaction, I thought that one might have got him, but 3-2 nonetheless.
Derek Maben on deck. Did he hold up? He did. It's ball 4.
Good job.
Most of the Monarchs don't agree with it, but yeah, continue.
Well, I was going to say, good job to hold up by Cooper Weiss there, and that relates to the fact that the Monarchs weren't favorable of that call, because that is a spot that has been called a strike a few times today, specifically against Jacob Maben to start off this inning, but Weiss reaches first safely and gives Derek Maben an opportunity now to get something going here. A little 2-out rally here for the Dogs would be great.
Maben 0 for 3. And Derek's had a couple of at-bats in this game that could have extended the lead for the Dogs, but he hasn't been able to get a baseball down. He's 0 for 3, 2 ground outs and a flyout, grounded into a double play with runners at the corners in the 4th, and then flew out with runners at first and third with 2 outs. He'll ground out to third here, and the side is retired. We go to the 9th. Dogs down by a run.
The best of the best under the lights. You can tell that this isn't just your average game.
And it's out of here!
Dives and makes the catch. Swing and a miss, he got him.
Deep at the plate. Did he do it? The game is over.
Cade Herman in to pitch the ninth. Gave up a couple of runs through no fault of his own, as that ball that was hit to center field off the bat of Lucan Baker was changed to an error. So a couple of defensive mishaps by the Dogs in the 8th inning that really caused that caused the inning to happen. That fly ball by Baker was going to end the inning.
Yeah.
And floodgates opened figuratively and literally here in the 9th with the rain, and now Dogs are down by a run, and you feel really bad for Cade Herman here. He did his job.
Yeah.
He came in, he gave up. The first batter he faced was Lucan Baker, and they just weren't able to get out of the inning. And then the ball hit to right field off under the glove of Zach Stokes, and it's just kind of gone sideways.
Yeah, the error by Gio and the error by Stokes later on, just mind-numbing errors to witness. And like you said earlier, those are two guys that have been absolutely fantastic in the outfield for the Dogs so far this season, but they more or less abandoned Herman there as Gio just made a rough mistake, and then they let one become two, and that's what happened, and it allowed the Monarchs to get 4 across in the 8th inning.
Yeah, good look at Jax. Hopefully he gets a chance to hit in the 9th. It'll be the top of the order. Gio Wilder and Cisco due to hit. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch low to Lindsley, 2-2. Popped up left side. Maben Wilder. It will be Ethan. Some action, I believe. Kansas City have somebody throwing? Can't see down there. They do. They have somebody throwing down in their bullpen. Looks like right-handed action. Throwing for the Monarchs.
Some right-handed action in the Dogs bullpen as well. That is.
Austin Callahan, 1 for 3. I'll take ball 1.
I'll tell you what, the Dogs are not out of this game. They just absolutely have to put something together in the 9th inning. Well, first of all, they've got to get out of this one scoreless, and then they've got to put something together in the bottom of the 9th inning. And, a 1-run deficit, the method through which we got to this point makes it feel a lot worse than it is.
But it's just a 1-run game.
But at the end
you're
of the day,
absolutely
it's a 1-run
right.
game.
You're 100% right. It's the Dogs aren't getting stomped here today. They're not getting run out of the ballpark. It's a 1-run game, but how they fell behind by 1 makes it feel like they're down 10.
Because at the end of the day, the Dogs should be 2 outs away from a victory right here, and instead we're looking at a 9th inning comeback, and we're going to see the rally pickle and all those things, and the Dogs got to put something together.
2-1. Fouled out of play, 1 and 2. It'll be Connor Lockwood tomorrow for the Dogs, and for Kansas City, it'll be Darren McCacken. Make sure I get it right.
Yeah, it's not the way it doesn't pronounce the way it's spelled.
That's Sky to right. Stokes will make the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, Darren McCacken.
McCacken, yes, Darren McCacken. And then Sunday, it'll be Stephen Lacey for the Dogs and Austin Krob for Kansas City.
I'm interested to see, because Darren McCacken looks like an Irish name to me.
I would imagine he is,
I'm curious where the CK sound comes into play here, because if I were just reading this, as someone who didn't know who Darren McCacken was, I would say either McCaughan or McCoffin.
McCoffin. That's how I would probably say it. Yeah.
Because the GH and a lot of
yeah,
really European in general, it makes an F sound, but McCoffin it is.
No balls, 1 strike. This is outside, 1-1. First pitch set for 6. Hopefully we can get the game in tomorrow.
Hopefully. It's 6, not 6:30?
Saturday.
Oh, that's right.
Fastball inside, 2-1. And we talked about the Dogs' numbers this season when they score fewer than 4 runs. And this is generally what happens. Dogs are 1-23 on the season when they score 3 runs or less. Pitching staff has not shown the ability to hold an opponent to less than 3 runs very much this season. And today the pitching staff did their job, but the defense, really 1 inning. Right?
Yeah.
Just the 1 inning.
It's all
really
it takes.
just back-to-back batters.
Yeah. Yeah, Baker, and then the walk to Garza, followed by
Richardson. Yep.
the Richardson, which should have been a single, ended up being an extra base hit. Just a tough break.
And Valenzuela will drop it into center field in front of Gio. So Saheed with his 3rd hit.
Smart play by Gio there. Off the bat, it looked like he was going to make a Superman diving catch, but the absolute last thing you want in this scenario is to let that ball roll behind you out to the 390 sign, and so he does a good job halting himself. I mean, he went from a dead sprint to stopping really, really quickly. It's impressive athleticism there from Gio, and he just gets it in for a base hit. Can't complain.
Dogs have given up 4 runs today, just 1 of them earned. Ground ball to first. Tyreek will step on the bag and retire Hudson Head, who is now 1 for 5. Dogs need 1 to tie, 2 to win as we go to the bottom of the 9th.
We are LRS and a part of your local community. Whether you need a portable restroom for your community event or work site, help clearing out that bigger item that's cluttering your life, or assistance with recycling in your neighborhood, we're there for you because your community is our community. Let's build a better, brighter future together, and it starts here.
Make your night a grand slam at Rivers Casino. Win big at the hottest slots and table games. Indulge in an unforgettable meal or witness a Grammy award-winning performer light up the event center. Step up to the plate at Rivers Casino. Let's play. See riverscasino.com for details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
No subscriptions, no fees, just good old-fashioned baseball. Chicago Dogs baseball. Can't be at the game? Stream select games on any device at WGNTV.com or on the free WGN Plus app on your smart TV.
Dogs down by a run here in the bottom of the 9th, and they will face the Kansas City closer. It's Tyler Myrick.
Myrick, an all-star this season, having himself a pretty solid year so far. Through 23 innings pitched, he has struck out 17, and he's allowed just 5 runs, good for a 1.96 ERA on the season. And he's only walked 9 as well.
3 straight seasons of 10 or more saves in the Giants organization, 23, 24, and 25. So he's comfortable in this role, and he has taken it over since Durbin Feltman was signed to affiliated ball. Feltman was the Kansas City closer to start the season. Myrick will face DiGiacomo, Wilder, and Cisco in the 9th inning. Dogs down 4-3. 4 runs, 12 hits, and 3 errors for the Monarchs. 3-6-1 for the Dogs.
Giacomo having a tough day at the dish and in the field so far. An opportunity to turn that on a 180 right here as he's going to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning where the Dogs just need 1 run to tie.
Yep. Tough day for Gio, 0 for 4 at the plate. Made that error in the 8th. He's quickly down here, 0-2. Wilder up next is 2 for 4. Chance batting third is 1 for 2, but he's been on base 3 times. No balls, 2 strikes. Myrick holds that glove right up against his face. Once again, the strike zone is going down to the ankles today, folks. And that pitch at the knees, Gio strikes out for a 3rd time. 1 out in the 9th for Ethan.
I'm going to watch this back one more time here.
It was below the knees. It was below the knees.
Yeah. No comment.
You can make a comment. I don't care. Make the comments. I'm making them.
You took the words out of my mouth. I see a Justin Steele jersey down there, and that's
a T-shirt jersey.
Is it a jersey?
Yeah, it's jersey.
It's
Yeah,
unprecedented.
jersey.
I've never seen that. At least, I love Justin Steele, but I didn't know they made Justin Steele jerseys.
Yeah, and Ethan's just about had it again. He's going to use a timeout. That pitch is. I mean, I'm going to harp on it because I've got the microphone and I've got the mute button, so I'm going to do it. But It's been a strike all night. You know, I mean, that's the argument you can make. That pitch at the ankles or at the shins has been a strike all night, and he's been consistently wrong, but he's been consistent with it.
Need one of these guys to hit the old Anthony Rizzo, get down on one knee, golf swing, put it out.
That's what Chance did last year. He didn't go down on one knee, but he hit a pitch off his ankles, off his shoe tops, around the right field foul pole against Lake Country in the playoffs.
That one
bounced up 1-2.
That took an early bounce too. It didn't. It hardly made it into the batter's circle before it hit a bounce, but. Interesting pitch there. Even count now for Wilder, 2-2, 1 out, none on.
Foul tipped.
That one almost ended up back in the glove of Lindsley inadvertently, but had he had the glove open, it would have caught it, but nothing doing there. Wilder has a pair of hits on the day. Was left stranded in both of those situations.
Ethan hits this pretty well to right, though. Boone is on the track. He's at the wall. And that ball is it gone or was it off the top of the wall?
I'm not sure if anyone knows.
That ball looked like it left the ballpark. And I think the umpires are going to get together and talk about this. Let's take another look at this. I thought that ball was gone. Let's see where this one hits.
Off the replay, that looks like a home run to me, Aaron.
Oh, that hit the top of the wall. That's great camera work.
You can
that
see
ball
the water
you can
splash.
see. Yeah, that is a great shot. That's
Wow.
a double for Wilder as that ball is off the top of the wall. Couldn't have been any closer to a home run right there. Dogs put the tying run in scoring position here with 1 out.
It looked like it was out to the naked eye, and then the first time I watched it back, it looked like it was out too, but upon further review, you're right. You saw the water splash there. It hit the top of the Champro sign. And
you know what I think it was? I don't think it was the water. I think it was the reflection of the lights on the wet wall.
Yeah. And because it's rubber out there.
Yeah.
It's all rubber.
That's great camera work. Nicely done, guys. Ball outside to Chance, 1-1.
Rally Pickle, getting the rally going, getting the fans excited here. As many, whichever fans are left, a lot of them left during the rain, but
Rally Pickle never leaves.
No, the Rally Pickle never leaves, and those who stayed are potentially in for a very exciting ending here.
Hopefully. 2-1 on Chance. He's 1 for 2 today, a single and a couple of walks. Grounds this foul.
Nice agility by CJ over there at first base to get out of the way of that one.
That ball missed being a home run by about 3 inches. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cisco. Myrick deals, and Chance swings over the top of it. 2 outs in the 9th.
Tough break there. Cisco just swings right through that one. Nothing else can be said there. And
now Jax, who's 0 for 4 today. Be a great time for Groshans to pick up his first base hit of the game.
Reached on an error in the 4th inning and scored in that one, but has not reached since.
He'll swing first pitch. Sky it down the first base side. Garza will give it a look, and he'll end up in the seats, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 away in the 9th. Tying run at second base, winning run at the plate. Jack's 14 home runs on the season, and we haven't had much to cheer about. I would love a walk-off home run from Groshans here. Give us something to go home happy with. The 0-1. Jax did not go around, 1-1.
I'll tell you what, when he pointed to first base, I thought he was about to ring up Jax on that one.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah, that's the way it's gone tonight.
Thankfully, he was just checking to see if he won or not.
Swing and a miss, 1-2. Dogs down to their last strike. Myrick looking to strike out the side. The 1-2 to Groshans is in the dirt. Half expected that to be called strike 3. Excuse me. I shouldn't have said that. I'm being very sarcastic and cynical right now, and I apologize. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Myrick's pitch to Jax. Misses ball 3. I don't know. It's been a strike all night.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, he's correct in calling it a ball, but all day we've talked about consistency. The consistency is gone.
Yep. Yeah. 3-2 here to Jax. And that ball is, what a play at shortstop by Valenzuela. And that saves the game for Kansas City as Wilder was at third base and had to scamper back. So an infield single by Jax, and the Dogs' inning will continue with Zach Stokes. What a tremendous play by Sahid Valenzuela at shortstop to save a run for the Monarchs in the 9th inning.
Gonna get a mound visit here.
So 2 on. Tying run, winning run on for the Dogs. See if the Dogs run for Jax. I don't even think they can. They only have Jonathan Soto, I think, down there today, right? Yeah.
Soto can run. He's an option. He's a weapon if they so choose to go that direction, but I doubt that they will at this stage.
So it'll be Zach Stokes now, who's 0 for 3. Oh, that Ethan ball missed being a home run by just a couple inches, man. Come on.
Yeah. It's a great microcosm of the way tonight has gone.
Uh-huh. First pitch to Stokes in the dirt, ball 1. misses low, 2-0. Zach this season with 2 outs, 4 for 18. With runners in scoring position, though, hitting almost 400. Stokes to left, and it will hang up for Grant Richardson. And the Dogs give one away tonight against the Kansas City Monarchs. They drop game 1 of the series by the score of 4-3. The game takes 2 hours and 58 minutes to play. The winning pitcher is Jay Groom. He improves to 2-1. Tyler Myrick gets the save. His 6th. The loss goes to Cade Herman. He drops to 1-2. And Jackson had the Dogs had their chances tonight. They took a 3-0 lead. They had opportunities to extend that lead later in the game. They weren't able to do it. They took advantage of some Kansas City errors. Kansas City took advantage of the Dogs' mistakes in the 8th. Dogs lose game 1, and we get back at it tomorrow night.
Yep, you took the words right out of my mouth there, and this is one that the Dogs should have won, but they didn't, and you know what? The sun will rise again tomorrow.
Sun will rise again tomorrow. First pitch, 6 p.m. here at Impact Field. For Jackson Magid, my name's Aaron Shellen. Dogs drop game 1, 4-3. We'll talk to you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. first pitch.
The best of the best under the lights. You can tell that this isn't just your average game.
He got him.
Deep at the plate.
Did he do it? The game is over.
Turn it up. Let's